Hello, this is Greg Allison, Green Greg's, coming to you live on 29 December 21. Time on deck is 3,400 hours Central Daylight Time. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to divert a little bit from our normal protocol of just a regular live session. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to go through some material. Tonight's program is going to be something of a prelude to a couple other videos, which will be coming up soon. So I'm going to have to repeat this as folks are just now coming in the room. But this video is going to be a prelude to other things to come. And I have a video I've been trying to work on for the past couple of days. Sometimes my videos take hours. Almost most of my videos I record take hours of research to put them together. Of the research, the actual filming it, the processing it, uploading it, putting all the little bells and whistles on. That stuff takes hours. And so it's quite an investment, but some videos just by topic take more. And I'm on the precipice of doing something that China is real central to, but it's a piece of the puzzle actually. This is taking me a little time. I really wanted to post this thing like last week. It's taking me a lot of time to put together, and you know, unlike a lot of other channels, I have a day job. And I've got a market garden, worm farm. I got other things going on here, guys, that just also demand a lot of my time. Not to mention I'm also president of the Freedom Restoration Foundation. And maybe I got a severe case of too many hours in the fire-itis. But I think all this is really a preparation because I'm beginning to connect a lot of dots and see things that are coming at us. I'm beginning to see this constellation. It's beginning to take shape in my eyes and mind. And I'm going to start sharing this with you. I'm going to have to kind of dribble it out to you. Tico, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I just put on your shirt a minute ago and I got really hot trying to take apart a Russian doll, and that caused me to take it off because it's hot here. That's a long sleeve shirt. To show everybody what I was talking about. I was wearing this shirt just moments ago and I just got too hot in it. It's going to be just great for weather to come. He gave me this shirt here. I have worn it in another video on a cooler night. But I just couldn't pull it off. Yeah, I just went on the other side. Shoot. I put it up there and it went over top of my desk. All right, I'm gonna do a couple other things. I am going to prepare a couple other items here, guys. One, I gotta make sure this phone don't ring on me. I didn't get everything set up the way I wanted to ahead of time. I'm just trying to get this video started. So many things you gotta do just to kind of set up to do a video. Tim 5x5, good. For Halo says still Ross. Hi, Greg says Monique Pearl, Monique. Jetty Eddie had to say, hey, gorgeous, awesome, good to see you in the house. So, and I know I'm wearing quite a few gifts from Gorgeous Awesome, as you can see here. We'll show those again shortly, and we'll go into some of this stuff. But I'm going to kind of lead in with some topic. You know, so I had a little different topic in our video. Now we will go through our normal things. For those that are just joining and you've never watched one of these videos before, my live sessions, we are a family here on my channel. And a lot of times we just do videos because people want to chat with each other and chat with me and ask me a zillion different questions. And this is a time that we can get together, that in a time where people just are comfortable getting together because of the crud bug and these other things going around. Families just aren't having reunions and things they used to. So we're family here. But tonight I'm actually going to do some topic stuff. So sometimes those are non-topic. Usually Wednesdays and Friday nights are non-topic nights, but sometimes I come in with a special topic for my live session. I felt moved to do that tonight. Greg, it's freezing cold here in Southern California. Wow, that's amazing. It's going to be freezing cold here in a couple of days. I think Saturday night, Saturday 75, Sunday morning 22. Yeah, we're going to have a huge temperature drop here very shortly. And storms. We just had a little round come through and we got more coming. Let me kind of lay some things on you guys. You know, hang on, I got to turn this phone. It's hooting at me and I got to turn this off. It's disturbing me. I normally do it before I get in here, but I'm later getting in here and I wanted to tonight. And I got to find a little sound turn off thing. There we go. Take care of that. All right. So sorry about that, guys. Set it over there because I'm thinking about using it as a hotspot to run my other computer off of here in a minute. When I start going through the pages, and showing you things. I want to be able to keep up with the chat. So to do that, I've got to turn some things on. But let's just chat for a minute before I do all that. I'll just tie them on Wi-Fi since I'm not doing anything secure. My home Wi-Fi instead of my hotspot. Get it. Okay. We got a lot of stuff coming at us, guys. We are on the precipice, maybe an unalterable course toward a set of events, a set of apocalyptic type events. I think the stage is already set. I think the dam has been broken and the waters are about to come, especially for financial crises and things associated with that. And China is a big player in this. I'm trying to put together a video about China. I warned y'all and talked about this. I've hinted at it for over a week now. There's something I'm seeing that's been percolating up. Hey, Bob Anderson. Thank you, sir. Hey, Greg, my brother put me into you last year. He said you cover things I'd be interested in. He was right. I've never sent you a super chat, so I figured now's the time. I appreciate you and all the best to you, my friend. Salute. Thank you there, Bob. Appreciate that very much. I really do. Because there's so much work goes in these videos that, you know, really and truly, I need to be putting up 2 videos a day. And I am like running half that, and my revenues are really down from the channel here because I just don't have time to put up the content. And some of the stuff that's weighing on me is taking more time to put up. And live sessions, a lot of times take a toll on the channel because I lose a lot of subscribers when I do live sessions because a lot of people just come from prepping topics. They want you to be, you know, all the time, all serious and standing up and barking in the camera and telling them all the bad things that's going to happen in the world. And we got bad things coming at us, but it ain't all bad, believe it or not. And, you know, there are still some roses and we need to stop and smell them on the way to the apocalypse. And part of what this is going to be about is surfing the apocalypse. You know, let's take the worst of times and turn them into something we can manage, something we can survive. Because there's a proposition on my channel: help you survive, thrive, and what? Stay out of the hive. And the hive's coming too. So I'm going to do a couple other videos. This is a prelude to other videos to come. There's going to be one about China, but it's about more than just China. It's about the world. It's about an economic collapse. It's about war. It's about a set of that's not so great in a twisted animal around kind of way of meshing words around, if you know what I mean. Because I'll be doing a video about 2022 in the next day or two. I really want to get this video up tonight that I'm talking about. I just couldn't get it all together to get it up tonight because I wanted to do 2022 video tomorrow. Well, it may have to be Friday, but I'll try to get it up before 2022 if I can. But surfing the apocalypse. Yeah, there used to be a lady with a channel. Her name was Teresa. She called it Surfing the Apocalypse, and it was one of the channels I found when I fell down the rabbit hole. Yeah, kind of like in the Matrix, maybe, right? Except I wasn't going toward the Matrix, maybe finding my way out of the Matrix. Yeah, a little white rabbit. That's the expression we like to use, I guess. I had set about to write a book, an end times techno thriller. I've mentioned this before. And I started doing research for it, and I found a lot of things to be true, which I assume to be just conspiracy theory. A lot of things to be interesting, let me put it that way. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy practitioner. So if you don't believe in conspiracies, nothing I ever did in that regard ever happened. No. All right. Wild afternoon. Yeah, Chewy weather. Guys, we need to pray for Chewy weather at the end of the day here. He's having some health issues, and so is North Shore Preparedness. We're going to add them to our prayer set that we pray toward. When we pray for our family members here at the end of the videos, quite often on Wednesday nights especially, and sometimes on Friday nights, we have to remember people that need help. And this is one of the things we do on my channel, and we pray for our family members. Chewy Weather is a good family member, and so is Lord, she'll prepared us and several others in here that we've been praying for all along. But let's add them to our prayer list. And, if you want to elaborate some on that, Chewy, you're free to, but I won't say anything else about it unless you bring it out. The Chewy weather man watches weather, and we've had a wild weather day today, so we're going to go into that too. Tico Indoor Gardens, easy and cheap, folks looking. Yeah, absolutely. And may have to do more of that. And cheap under $200. There you go. Yeah, you can do microgreens out of a little plate with some paper towels, guys. You literally can. You literally can. Greg, you might need to leave some extra blankets out for Sasquatch. Well, you got an idea there. Anybody new to my channel may not know that I used, in the springtime, in the wee hours when mosquitoes are down, we do videos outside and listen to frogs in February and things like that. And there's always Sasquatch kind of nosing around. I don't know what's happening, right? So I take Jack Links outside sometimes. We have a little fun, guys. You're welcome to with it. We do have some fun on this channel, even though, and that's what some people can't understand. My channel started out to be an urban gardening channel, and it evolved quickly into a prepping channel. Especially when I started talking a little bit of prepping topics and became known. I chaired 2 Power Grid Defense conferences. But there's more than that. So let's kind of talk about this. Doom Slayer, and that's a good name, the Slayer of Doom. Hey Greg, I hope you're having an awesome day. And what's your thoughts about Project Bluebeam? We're going to kind of get into some things here. I don't know if that's going to play into it. I don't think they really need that for what they're planning now, but maybe. There's this idea that if you had an energy beam, mainly like an ion beam, if you aimed it from space like a big satellite, and you raster strand the atmosphere, and you put different power levels to it, you could probably make it look like an image in the sky. And you might make it look like anything you wanted to. Now, is our technology at that level, guys? I don't know. That's a big thing. But NASA wouldn't be behind. Some people say NASA. They blame NASA for everything that goes on in space. No, NASA's not that powerful. Trust me, I'm there. It'd take somebody else to pull off something like that. Maybe some black program out of Area 51. Northern Shore Hobbies, you're close to resemble my good buddy, the knife guy. His name is Gord. Hey, all right. Check him out sometime on my channel. All right, Gord. North Shore. All right, everybody, check out Northern Shore Hobbies channel, guys. Check it out. You have a knife buddy on there called Gord. It's a good name. All right, and Greg Chin's in the house. All right, so I watched you as Greg is a gardener worm farmer. Yeah. Listen to you. Yeah. Well, I'm still a worm farmer too, guys. I just had a lot more horsepower under the hood. I wasn't showing right off the bat. People started seeing it and asking for it. Turns out, I can show later when you go to who watches my channel. The people who watch my channel, the other channels they watch are all prepper channels. Out of 15 channels, only one, and it's rated last, is actually a homesteading channel. So, this was to be a homesteading, gardening, worm farming channel, but it evolved very, very quickly. So let's talk about this. Like I said, I fell down a rabbit hole, guys, and I made a lot of discoveries. But there was this one channel called Surfing the Apocalypse, and that I found, and I thought that title was good because it kind of captured the essence of how we need to get through these tough times ahead of us. The lady's name was Teresa. She was very sickly back. This was like 20 years ago. I don't know if she's even survived or what happened to her channel. Her website disappeared. So I don't know what's happened to her. But she was having a lot of health issues way back when. But she had a certain following of people that would post stuff on there. And it was interesting things. But all that said, I call mine Rebel Surfing the Apocalypse because, some of us have had that rebel tendency that we just don't go along with everything they put out to us. Guys, all this stuff, we just don't always go along with it, do we? Some of us, we chart our own course. They tell us to kneel down and worship the idol. We might say, I don't think so. or whatever it is that they're trying to funnel us into. And that's just that, funnels. What are they trying to funnel us into? You know, when you're when you're cattle in the pen and then they start funneling you into that chute, you're going somewhere. Yeah, you're going somewhere. Where are you going? Well, are we about to be funneled into the chute? Where do they want to send us? Into the hive? Worse? Yeah, let's keep this a family channel, James. I understand what you're saying, but let's use very clean language in here, okay, guys? Because this is a family channel, like I've said before. Let's make sure we keep our language clean. I understand your sentiment. Absolutely understand what you're saying. And the many channels, that's fine. But I do try to keep this a family channel, guys. Hey, Granny Lana's here with us. I thought you were going to bed, Granny. Hey, what a day and night. Miss you. Okay, yeah. I thought you were heading to bed, Granny, earlier. And we got a Russian guy in here, Worm Ed, Worm Red. Yeah, I can't, you know, I spent some time in Russia, guys, and I got to say that I had a really good time in Moscow. I met a lot of good people there, by the way. There's good and bad people in every village, hamlet, nation of every race, color, and creed in the world. Somebody deleted his word. I don't know what that meant, but oh, delete something else. Okay, I want his. Okay, yeah, I got James. Okay, yeah, all right. So, I don't think he's well. James Thorpe's not a troll. I don't think. I think he was just expressing his sentiments there. This guy with the Russian name, I don't know if it's a troll or not. We had to have some trolls in here coming in with Russian names on several channels lately. But there, you know, I actually get Russians that follow me on my space channel, Galactic Regs, because I posted a video about a Russian reactor and how for a space travel system, they want to put a huge reactor up there and use nuclear propulsion. And it's really amazing what they're developing or trying to develop. And I've been really impressed. You know, when I went to Russia, I visited Rock Cosmos and Inky. Inky is the company now that actually put the lander on the planet Venus. And Venus is twice as hot as a soldering iron. They landed a spacecraft on it. They took pictures and transmitted them back out. You know, and be sitting around, like riding around in a van with one of the project managers for this, you know, through the streets of Russia and just talking to him, just sitting across like I'm talking to you now. You know, that was just awesome. I just thought, yeah, that was great, man. I loved it. You know, there's good people there, just like anywhere else. We shouldn't be fighting each other, guys. That we're put into this. We're being played. We're being played. People all over the world are being played against each other for somebody else's benefit and in ours. We'll talk more about that. I was on the phone with G Baby, our grandbaby. All right, very good. All right, Granny, very good. I actually thought she was going to bed. The idol is Jesus. First commandment, no idols. No God but the Creator. Well, when we make icons of the, you know, that's where it gets questionable, in my opinion. Jesus is an interesting character. If those that don't know, I do believe in a greater creator. I've talked about that, and that's part of where all this is going. I do believe in a greater creator. I believe that the greater creator is bigger than most imagine. Far bigger, far grander. The universe is bigger and far grander, which makes it all the more awesome. Greg, look into that new statue the UN just put outside their headquarters. Yeah, the UN is, yeah, guys, they're putting signals out there. I mean, you think about it. They're throwing signals and, okay. All right, that's it. You see this? This is a doll I got in Russia. I'm talking about a Russian. I bought this in Moscow. And it's one of those nested Russian dolls. And right now, I think it's set in the house so long and got hot that the glaze on it has sealed this. And I tried to pry it apart, and I realized I was on the verge of tearing it up. So I was starting to cut. This is my daughter's. This belongs to I gave this to my youngest daughter, who's 24, and recovering from the crud bug right now. She did test positive. Get this apart. Yeah, it has the shellac or the paint or whatever has resealed because it's been so hot in my house. I don't have AC. It'll come apart right now. But if you got the book of Revelations, it's kind of like this. That's why I brought this thing out. It's kind of like this doll. It's got a lot of nested features to it. And they're, like there's a repeat of the 3.5 year period. Is it the same 3.5 year period or two consecutive 3.5 year periods? The times and times and a half. The what is that? Some people say it's one, some say it's the other. The things that's repeated in there are similar, but they're not identical. So I follow the school of thought that it's 7 years total, but not everybody follows that. The tribulation, the great tribulation, however you want to look at it that way. Is that a Hawaiian Russian doll? This is, I think, probably I bought it because my daughter is mixed. She is or was a big fan of Disney, whatever that is or isn't worth. I know Disney is. I think they're despicable. But she was a kid at the time, and I knew she'd love this, so I got it for her. And it's it's got dolls inside of it, nested dolls. And I think the universe is a lot like that. I think Revelations is a lot like that. And so here's another thing about Revelations. Revelations is an interesting book. And I talked about the mark of the beast in a video I did maybe a month ago. And some things in Revelations, it reads like, and if you interpret it, could be interpreted as Nero, that the Antichrist is Nero. And a lot of people make that case. Well, maybe he was, but maybe he will be again. Maybe this is like this doll. It's not just dimensions. Maybe it's also in time then and time further out. Maybe there's a replicative issues to this, because some things in the book of Revelations make more sense today than they did back in the day of Nero. For example, think about the 200 million troops that are to cross the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It's a big force. At the time it was written, Revelations was written, there was only 50 million people on the face of the earth. In this day, right now, there are 2 nations on earth that, according to the CIA World Fact Book, could source over 200 million man army. And both of them are in that direction. One's India and one's China. Now, I don't think India is the one to do this. So I think this might have something to do with China. But that was physically impossible, at least in terms of an actual army. Now, some people take this idea that this was a spiritual thing. If you read, the Left Behind series, so check out all the books in Left Behind series back here. Why? Because I was going to write an end times techno thriller, remember? I thought I could do a better job than them. Those guys made $100 million writing those books. But somehow, instead of writing books, I fell down this rabbit hole, and it led me off into other exploits and a discovery, finding, redirecting my life because of the things I was seeing. And yeah, that's what happens when you fall down a rabbit hole. You go other places. Dill Daves. Who is Dill Daves? Good Dill Daves. Is this like a product? Is he a salesman? I have a Gorbachev Russian doll. Got a Julian Mountain in California. Okay. Yeah, there were Gorbachevs and Yeltsins and all kind of stuff. Probably you can get Putin's. You can get American presidents and Russian presidents and all kind of stuff in the shops in Moscow. They're really cute. And this one's really cute if I could open it up. It's a succession of different characters in it. But where was I going? I'm losing track here. I'm get off course here. Fractal nature of Revelations. Well, I said fractal. Man, that's a whole other story. Oh, yeah. By the way, the physicists that are determined that the universe is expanded faster and faster and faster and faster, they're calling it dark energy. It just may be the nature of how the universe is made. That's what I really think it is. I think it's the way time and dimensions are splitting. I did my video, Universe in the Solo Cup. You might want to check that out. Go to my channel and just search for Universe in the Solo Cup. And I've talked about it on Rex's channel, and I've talked about it on some other channels too. So I have talked about that viewpoint that, you know, the biggest mystery, guys, it isn't why are we here, which is what scientists want to always ask. Why are we here? Why are we here? What is? Why are we here? That's not even the biggest question. It's not the biggest enigma. To me, the biggest question, the biggest enigma is why are we, as spiritual beings, I thoroughly believe that we have a spirit that survives our body, our carnal flesh vessel. Why are we as spiritual beings living in a physical universe? And so many people are trying to ascend to greater levels of understanding, just keep that physical universe. But if you see my universe in a solar cup, you might come to the conclusion that maybe you'd eventually want to come back. Maybe with a little different twist in the universe than what we got now. We seem to be in a bad pocket because there seems to be some overlords in this vicinity that are somewhat less than absolutely charitable, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they do some charity to keep their karma from going too far down the drink, but wow, gosh, guys, I don't know. That's why I live in Mother Lode area, and if you plan to bug out the mountains, you better be prepared because the winters suck. And okay, I lived in Alaska. I've seen 79 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I don't have quite the clothing for that right now. Yeah, I've got yeah, you want mucklucks, maybe vapor barrier boots, but mucklucks, and you want to have parkas that cover your entire torso, including your head, to make that little tunnel. You need like a fox fur ruff that all your breath won't freeze on. And yeah, I walked in the buildings up there, and the first thing you have to reach for is your handkerchief because all that air you're breathing is frozen inside your nostrils, and it's about to come out as water. I tell you, I never had a sinus problem up there. Everything stayed clean. Hey, Judy, you're in the house. Good to see you. I thought you was going to bed. All right, thumbs up. Good. I have an original Alaska flag made by Benny Benson. All right, very good. Yeah, I got an Alaska flag, but probably not made by Benny Benson. Very good there, Tico. And you mentioned that once before. Miss you all. Been a long time. Been a long day, and I'm shaky. Oh, Granny, you sit down, relax. Sit down and relax. Maybe you got to go to bed. Do whatever you got to do. Don't get in a bad shape there. Scrappy Cat, how you doing? Where's it going in Arizona mountains? Isn't that rough? Yeah, where I'm going. Yeah, it's a mile up, but it's desert. Yeah, it's not that bad there. You got that right. Tapping the edge of the nesting dolls will break the seal. I love mucklucks. I used to have some from Tibet. Oh, very good, CR user. If I keep tapping, but it's really the paint is really just kind of recongealed with the especially right there. And I gotta get loose, but it's really sealed right now. But it's tight. What I'm getting at here, though, is if you read Revelations, it reads like it's from the past. You know, in one way, it looks like it was all about the time of 70 AD, but then you read it like it's also today. And I think it's both. And I think our universe has a fractal nature, a holographic nature, and including that, in addition to all the multi dimensions it's got, I think the universe is fractal, and these fractal things just keep making more and more and more, and it keeps expanding the universe internally and externally. It pushes us out, and there's no dark energy. It's the way the universe is exploding and growing continuously. Top notch. Cheers, bring Greg's and family. They done top notch. Granny says, "Oh, I love being here. Miss my family. Very good." Judy says, "Twist." Oh, I was twisting, Judy. I think I got to use something to break it. Tico got this. LO got 40 acres of land and fishing pond and rivers full. Well, yeah, I don't have rivers on my 40 acres. I got a washout there. It's a desert, but it's got a great aquifer there. Ooh, I guessed it. Well, I think I'm getting it now. Yeah. Yeah, got it. Ta-da! Next neck like that. Ooh. All right. Here we are. Oh my God. So, in dimensions of space and dimensions of time, the universe is very interesting. And I think they just keep going and keep going and keep going. And it's a fractal thing as much as anything else. Now here. What's internal? Hey, the internal is a bee, guys. That's perfect. A bee. Bees are so important to our world today. We can't. Where would we be without bees? Oh, it's even got a drainage hole in the one inside. I don't have that. No, I don't think so. Yeah, each one's got a hole, so they won't get too much moisture in them. Wow, beautiful. I finally got it open. It took some doing. All right. Well, there's a will, there's a way. My daddy always said that. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I get a lot of quotes from my dad. Now, this is probably some Disney cartoon thing. I don't even know what it is. I just knew my daughter would probably like it. She was real little when I got this for her. She's 24 now. It was 11 years ago that I went to Russia, so I guess she was about 13. She was 13 when I went to Russia. So there you go, guys. That's my daughters. Now, why am I talking about these fractals and time and all this? This is getting off of Tico, but lived in Sitka, Saskatchewan, no, Ketchikan, Anchorage, and Juneau. Okay. You lived in all those places? You lived in Sitka, Ketchikan, Anchorage, and Juneau. Oh, nice. Greg, I wished I had me some beaver pelts. I've heard they're warm. Oh, yeah. Shout out from Brazil. Nice to catch you live. Interested in the quantum multiverse. Well, all right. Nice to see you here, Pina. Pina, I hope I'm saying it right. Pina perspective. Hope I got there. Hey, that alliteration. I like alliteration. You may know I've often, if I can come on at 9 p.m., this is always Woden's Wondrous World. It used to be Woken World, but the word woke got taken. So I got to be careful how I use that because that's not the way I intended it. Let's see here. All right, JoJo's in the house. Space Girl's in the house. Book of Revelations about revealing of Jesus Christ. There you go. But I think it's multidimensional. I think it spoke to the past and to the present too. Maybe. I think that and it's kind of like that China doll. One level was then, and one level is now. There's different things. There's those 2-3.5 year periods. There's I think it's a mini multi-faceted, multi-nested document, which makes it interesting to interpret. Now I've had a friend send me a couple of books on the interpretations of Revelations. I have been reading and trying to interpret Revelations all my life, guys. I've always found that to be a very interesting book. Book of Daniel. All those prophecies are very fascinating. There you go. Got it lined up perfect now. At least it'll open now. I'm going to start this video. I'm going to get this other laptop going on this channel so I can start sharing some other things with y'all in a minute here. Give me a second. Usually I set all this up before I start, but I was already pushing start time here tonight. I told several people I was going to come on. I meant to come on at 11. I just couldn't quite get in here by that time. Rimgrass, you are spit on. Spot on. Boom. Yeah, there you go. All right. Pin up perspectives. According to Tesla, all time happens at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It does. It does. And there's many ways to get to that. Sitka black-tailed deer are small and eat too much vegetation. Kill many. Oh, eat much, too much. Usually, the further north you go, the larger the deer and the animals. The further south you go, the smaller they are. I mean, you get to Florida, the deer are not much bigger than a dog. You get moose up north. Oh, Her favorite toy used to play with grandma's house. Well, interesting. How'd your grandma, she Russian? All right, so do I have a solo cup in the house? Yes, I do. Well, now that you kind of got me into it, we got to go there. All right, since Pina brought it up. This is a solo cup. Let's say this represents the universe. All time that there is, the entire universe. And let's say this is the Big Bang, and this is time going forward. Big Bang, the big flop, whatever you want to call it. Let's say this is time 0 or some reference time. Let's just cut off a time and say the universe is expanding from here out. Yeah, and the universe is going. And we know the universe is expanded physically from the redshift that we see that is called Hubble's constant. But I think there's many other kinds of expansions and dimensions. And I think there's a fractal nature to it. And every quantum instant of time, anything that could happen does happen according to Copenhagen interpretation of the dual split experiment of Heisenberg, certainly principle, however you want to call that. But what that means is that quantum physics says that basically all things are possible. Now, I don't think all things happen. According to that, the universe or whatever's going to happen isn't realized until you look at it. Yeah, I don't quite buy that. I'm more of a fan of the pilot wave theory, which doesn't take you there. But I think they're on to something though. And here's why. If you took time slices across the universe and said this is the size of the universe is expanding out in time, it goes bigger and bigger and bigger. You took slices in time, and I've talked about this before. And you got to say a slice of time right here to base this band, and right over here you're sitting on a park bench, and down here there's a little kid sitting on a bicycle. Let's assume you're not on planets and revolving in different directions and suns and galaxies spiraling. Forget all that for a minute. We're going to simplify this just for this art of discussion. So you're sitting on a park bench and he's over here sitting on his bicycle, and the very same time slice. Well, across the vast distance of the universe, relativistic terms, which we don't see in our slow everyday motions. We don't see the relativistic terms. Like, if you launch a clock on a satellite, the time actually slows down as the satellite's going faster. And you can measure that at great speeds, just a little bit with an atomic clock. Now, if you're going near the speed of light, it becomes very noticeable. But across the vast distance of the universe, those things add up too. Those relativistic terms, which are part of every motion of equation, we normally ignore them when we're doing Newtonian physics, but they're still there. So, but across the vastness of the universe, if that kid turns away from you and starts pedaling in the opposite directions, his time slice of now shifts into your past, hundreds of years into your past. So then he comes to stop. His time slice comes back to you. When he rides forward, his slice of time of what now is, his slice of now across the universe shifts forward. That could only be true if all time that ever was, ever has been, and ever will be exist simultaneously, which is what Tesla said. So I was going to kind of skip this, but Pina kind of brought me into that. So now I'm talking Taz Blackwell, Tico, all you need is a good bow or a swift or a swing suit and a spear gun. So wildfire will a CR user run, touch, use the aboriginal tree to see how they're surviving this. And we got a lot of stuff going to tonight, guys. So now, if that were all there was to it, and if there were only one timeline, that means you're already predestined to do everything you'll ever do. You have no free will. That me touching the top of my head, right here, top of my hat, is the only thing I could have ever done in that point in time. I had no free decision that I might not touch my ear instead. Of course, I just did that. It's all frozen and all time, forward and past, that I would do exactly what I do when I do it, and there's no free will. I don't believe in that. If that were true, God would be a tyrant for putting us in the universe to live through the existence we got to live through, not having a free will. Einstein's mom. Hey, we're talking Einsteinian stuff there. We're on Einsteinian topics here, Einstein's mom, and on a worm farming channel. Here in this worm farm channel, we're talking Einsteinium. We're talking quantum mechanics and relativity all at the same time, because that's really joined together in this case. You know, they say they're separate, but you know, we're talking about relativistic terms and how they're actualized by quantum mechanics themselves, how the free will aspect is. God's not going to put us in a universe that you can't make decisions. Therefore, what he's done is he allows it to expand in dimensions. He allows that quantum mechanics. He set this universe up that way. That's why I say God is far bigger than you can imagine. You know, some people got to have a little bitty God. You know, in their mind, God can only exist on a platter that's a few thousand miles across with a vaulted ceiling over it. And there's nothing else in the universe but that flat earth with a vaulted ceiling and water. Maybe a little Hades underneath and some angels flying around the clouds above. Really? Well, God is far more interesting and far more complex than that. So I got other philosophical aspects of this discussion I'm not going to go into tonight. Go see my video, Universe and Solo Cup. But needless to say, I believe we have free will, because, and that's why the universe splits, why you have quantum mechanics, why this universe is made the way it is so that we can have free will in it, that we can make our decisions, and we really can. You can decide things, but that also means that there's many different outcomes across the universe. But I also think that the Copenhagen interpretation would not have the universe as a solo cup. It would be like going out in all directions, exploding. Anything and everything could happen, does happen. Well, I don't believe that. I think there's a river. Time is a river, and you can move between adjacent streams in that timeline, but there's banks on this river, and like the edges of this cup, I think there are banks to it. So some things are probably set to move in a certain direction in general. Now, I could be wrong. That's just a statement of faith, but it is based on the kind of faith I have. And so if I'm wrong, okay, well, so be it, you know. But what I do believe in is that we are spiritual beings living in a physical universe. We're not put here by some tyrant to have to suffer to be born and then have the majority of us go to hell without any choice, that we never had a choice in the moment we was born. That would have been a cruel thing. And God is love, according to the text, and I really believe that. So I don't believe that we're put here from the inception. You're not born to burn. You're not born to burn. You get the choice, but it's up to you to make the right choices in your life. I believe we got a hard time coming ahead of us, and that's why I'm talking about surfing the apocalypse. We can get through this. We can make choices. You know, just because you know there's a bad time coming, don't mean that you can't adjust to it. Doesn't mean that you can't. If you got a wave coming at you, tsunami, yeah, man, just get that surfboard out. Time, ride of your life, right? Gorgeous Awesome says, imagine that the solo cups and the Bible and each story describe a different timeline or slice of the cup. You know, that's another way to look at it. Especially, it might be the entire Bible. It's just like this, not just revelations. There may be so many lessons in that you couldn't imagine it. And we just hadn't even figured out how to crack it yet. That's a possibility, right? We're given wonders to marvel at. Bingo! Yes, exactly. But you know what? If you knew everything from the get-go, you couldn't marvel at anything. You'd be bored, right? So maybe it's a good thing we're born with amnesia. Look in the eyes of a little kid. Everything to a little bitty kid is new. And they look at it in awe and wonder, oh, wow, wow. You know, that's kind of precious. That's really a precious thing. When you look at a little baby, just think about how precious they are. They're so cute, so innocent, and everything's a wonderment to them. Everything. Just the shape of a butt, the weaving cloth. I remember as a little bitty kids just staring at cloth at this weave pattern. I didn't know what it was, but it looked fascinating. I can remember, because back then I had better eyesight than I got today. I could really see that. I still remember that. You know, I remember just like looking at curtains. Wow. You know, everything was new. But kids learn really fast. That's how they learn how to speak so much faster. They got so much more learning capacity than we have because our minds are already set and channeled. They're taking everything in as a kid. but a baby is the most beautiful thing in the world, I believe, in the universe. Jesse Mills, hi all from Northeast Arizona. Well, hello from Northeast Arizona, my future home there. CRU is, yes, we must be repentant. I keep trying to patch things up with members of my family who are addicted to TV and cannot bear to watch it. Very good. All right. Tico, you knocked down some moose. I tell you what, guys, if you're ever on the road driving and a moose walks up the side road, stop. Just come to complete stop and just sit there. And moose is going to stare at you. And you might think that you can go, but no. If you start to go, that moose will absolutely step out in front of you right when just such time for you to hit it. You might as well just sit there and wait and let that moose cross that road. Because if you don't, that moose is going to walk out in front of you. And the moose's legs are higher than the hood of your vehicle. They're usually long, skinny toothpicks, and there's this giant 2-ton body sitting over it. 1 ton, 2 ton. I don't know. A moose is huge. It's coming in your windshield. You got a ton of moose coming into your lap with a big thud. It ain't gonna be pretty, guys. Let that moose go. Just stop. And another thing about stopping in Alaska, you drive on a road of ice. You ain't just gonna drive on and hit your brakes unless it's summertime. Unless if you do, you're not stopping. You're not even slowing down. You're just going whoop, right into that moose or right through the intersection, right into another car. You sneak up on things in Alaska. That's how you drive. You sneak up on things. You ease out when you start out, and to slow down, you just kind of sneak up on an intersection. You know, you just go. You get ready for it way ahead of time. Start slowing down. You got to use your momentum in your favor, or it will get you. Monique Pearl, I've been to Juneau and a few other places in Alaska. Cool place, both literally and metaphorically. Absolutely. And I was in somebody else's chat room earlier, and they asked me what I thought about Alaska. I think I was in a couple of chat rooms this evening, Lee Wilbarger's and Prepper Nurse One's. And somebody in one of the chat rooms said, "What do you think about Alaska?" I said, "Alaska's like a woman. Beautiful, but deadly." You'd be smart up there. That place would take you out. You got to be really smart. Moose are huge. Yeah, they're huge. No kidding. Went to college in Maine twice. Couldn't use the football field twice because of moose. So you go up there to play. New Days Old Ways lives in Maine, and she's got moose run on. Hey, listen, if the plural of mouse is mice, why isn't the plural of moose meese? Just ask, why is not plural of moose meese? Yeah, elk are big. Elk are big. So Jason Smith, keep moving, and that moose will walk up and down you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what's the most dangerous animal in Alaska? What's the animal in Alaska that's killed more people than anything else? You got grizzly bears, wolverines, all kind of nasty things up there. Right? What's the deadliest animal? Spent 21 days, and Alaska was a blast, says Willie Fitson. I lived up there 2 years and a month. 2 years and 3 weeks, actually. Yeah, moose are amazing, dangerous creatures. They are the most dangerous creature in Alaska. Moose kill more people than any other animal in Alaska. Probably the same thing in Maine. What do you say? What do you say, a New Days Old Ways? You still in the house? What's the deadliest animal in Maine? I'd imagine that's a moose. Maine moose. Tico, Alaska has turned into a crappy place. The liberals from Seattle and Portland moved in. Oh no. See, Alaska used to be a pretty conservative state. Turned into a liberal benefit state relying on fishermen and oil. Oh no, it's sad. Pepper Vet Mitchell, snowflake. Hey guys, we don't have no room for snowflakes around here. Unless you're going to Snowflake. Yeah, so I got 40 acres in a place called Snowflake. It's actually named after 2 people, one named Snow and one named Flake. I swear to God. It's named after 2 different people that found, I guess they found it, a guy named Snow and a guy named Flake. So they put together and Snowflake. Snowflake, Arizona. Willie Fix it, moose, you're right. Moose draws humans kills on the side of its hide. That's about right. Brag about it. Oh, I had a friend that hit the moose. He didn't hit it hard enough for it to come over his hood. He said that moose turned around and looked at him, switched his tail and trotted off, and he's standing there looking at his car and it's all crumpled, you know. Steam coming out of the radiator, the front it all smashed up. You know, he didn't mean to hit that moose, but he did. He didn't hit it hard enough for them to come in on him. Tore his car to pieces, and like I said, that moose just kind of looked at him, switched his tail, and trotted off. There you go, Taz. There you go. Gordon says the most dangerous animal in Alaska is human. Well, there, I stand corrected. I stand corrected, Gordon. You got a point. Okay, the most dangerous animal with more than 2 legs. I should rephrase that. Oh my gosh, the most dangerous animal anywhere is human. You're right. So, surfing the apocalypse and rebel surfing apocalypse. You know, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all a key principle we need to go by. Something to remember and never forget. I'm gonna start with a little story. When I was a kid, way back in 2nd grade, you know, something occurred to me. You know, it's like I hated rote memorization. Just all this repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. It drove me out of my gourd. My head was going to explode. It's like, why are they doing this to us? This is torture. It's torture. Why are these teachers torturing us with this stuff? Write this sentence 50 times and see spot run. Run spot, run, see spot run. The repetitive nature. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. It's over and over. Or the rote memorization approach to our schools is murder to some kids. You know, it's just torture. There's better ways to learn this stuff. You know, songs and things like that. You know, if you make it a song, people remember. At least that's the good thing about the ABC song. It's a song. A B C D E F G. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Same tune, right? Interesting. So, Snowflake, Arizona. There you go. And you're Sholo, exactly. And Sholo is named, you know, after a poker game, I guess. Fire in the Sky. There you go. Wow, Jason, never heard of that. Oh, maybe Fire in the Sky set in? Is that set in Sholo? Fire in the Sky is an alien abduction story. Hi, Greg. I almost passed. Almost passed what? All right, near Sholo, yeah. Snowflake is. The liberals invaded in the 80s and changed the tourist towns. I was in Alaska from 1981 to 1983. The first day of April, 1981 to April 23rd, 1983. And you had a mix of, you know, conservative and living. You had to be tough to live in Alaska, except in the city. Problem is, half the people in Alaska live in Anchorage, and you can have all kind of, you can have these guys in Anchorage like crazy because it's a city. They're living city life. They're not out there in the outback, in the wilderness. Travis Walton. All right, Cheery Weather. Where did that story take place with Travis Walton? Where was that? And where's he live now? I bet he's still in the area. Somebody told me that they knew somebody that knew him or knew him. Actually knew Travis Walton. And I thought he was in that area. Come think of it. Where is Travis Walton? Grizzly, half polar bear. Okay, it does remind me of a joke. You know what one polar bear says to another about, I thought it was near Snowflake for Fire in the Sky. Oh, yikes. Had a very interesting sighting in Death Valley one night. Another story. What does one polar bear say to another polar bear about an igloo? Did Fire in the Sky take place in 1986 near Snowflake, Arizona? Wow. Dick and Jane. Wow. Greg, 80s were good till the liberals figured out they could move there 6 months during the summer and collect benefits. Oh, they don't make them stay all year? Jeez. Mm-mm-mm. All right, anybody get this the bear joke? Spent 3 weeks, great time, Phil Small and AK. I'm a 6-footer. Yeah, Alaska's huge. When I was up in Alaska, Alaskans used to joke and say Alaska's going to split in two, and then Texas would be the third largest state. There you go. So yeah, if you put Alaska and New Mexico together, they would equal half of Alaska. That's what it takes to make half of Alaska. The snacks and you're getting there, G-Tron. What one polar bear says to the other about an igloo. Man, these are great. They're crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Like Tootsie Pops, crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Pizzly bear. Oh, that's what they call a polar grizzly, a pizzly bear. Okay. Tico, I do not live in Arizona or Billy Sims, but was through there many times. Where do snowmen put their money, Green Grace? Where do snowmen put their money? I know I've heard this one. Oh my gosh, one of the snowman jokes. Where do snowmen put their money? Gee, asphalt, no. All right, tell us. True, Greg, that used to be the saying all my life. All right, so let's go back to this apocalypse thing. Now, I was about to tell you about my school. So I felt like they were Seward's Folly was the best thing to happen to us. No kidding, when they fixed it. That was the best thing we ever did, was buy Alaska. And we're really fortunate we did, or we'd have Russians in North America big time. That'd have been bad in the Soviet Union days, really bad. In a snowbank. Oh, yes. You're so right, Judy. In a snowbank. Into a snowbank. Okay. So when I was in school, I was going through that rote memorization. I come to a conclusion. I didn't want to do this. I thought, shoot, I know how to I can read a stop sign. I can write a check. What do I need to go to school anymore for? I got it down. I got it. What else you need to know? And so I got to be very rebellious. And, I didn't want to have to do this rote stuff. So I turned to my other classmates in second grade and I said, hey, we ain't got to do this. I said, I turned around literally. The teacher went out to go out to, the classroom for a minute, to whatever. I turned around to the other classmates and I said, guys, we ain't got to do this. There's more of us than there are of them. I said, look, we got one teacher and there's 35 of us. We ain't got to do this. These kids all just looked at me like deer in the headlights. What? I couldn't get one of them to go along with me. I was trying to foment a insurrection, a rebellion in second grade. And believe it or not, I passed all the technical subjects in second grade, and I failed on conduct. And they kept me back for a year. They told me if I went to summer school and did well, they'd go ahead and put me up. I went to summer school and passed, aced it, and they still kept me back. So, I guess they didn't like rebels. Later on, when I was in seventh grade, the assistant principal of the middle school looked at my record and he says, they wasn't supposed to keep you back and said, you're doing really good. I think you can go straight into the 8th grade. I spent 12 weeks in 7th grade and I went to 8th grade. That's how I got to 8th grade. 12 weeks is all I ever spent in 7th grade. But that was a social experiment the social side of that was a rough adjustment. Kids didn't want to see me coming up there into their grade from 7th grade, even though I was the same age as them. They didn't like that. So it was a reset there. Greg, you're just like me as a kid. So funny. You're a rebel too. Yeah. So I was a born rebel. So I spent 2 times in second grade. Well, the second time I'm in second grade, might even been the first time. Some time I was in second grade, we're sitting around in school repeating the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the nation for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. I'm like, whoa, what? Indivisible? No. I never said the Pledge of Allegiance again. As a second grader, on my own, I decided it ain't having nothing to do with this. I would stand, but I wasn't going to say it. I didn't. I never have since. because I believe people should have the right of self-determination. I decided that as a kid, as a second grader. I I'm a rebel. I've been a rebel all my life. I was born a rebel. I think maybe I was really born for this day and time, for where we're at today, for what's coming. I really think, I'm beginning to think that. How many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop? That's it, Billy. That is really it. Where does the IRS put your money? Oh, they blow it. Welfare. Oh, they blow it. And then they borrow much more. I asked Santa, what list am I on? He said, based on your memes, CIA, FBI. That's about right. Crazy, Greg. They did that in the days I hated school. There you go. Tico, Shima, Alaska was a nice place, nice nuke base. So many deployments there to fly the donut fishery stuff, USGC, but our secret mission was to invade Russia airspace. See if the MiGs would show up. Okay, Tico, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Sauce-eyed fish, 0-0. But don't carrots grow in? Oh no. Hey, I got some carrots going. Gee, I skipped third grade. My second grade was the same room, and the third grade. Oh, I did that when I was in second grade. When I was in second grade, my parents pulled me out of that school the second time around, put me in a Christian school. And I think there were like 4 of us in second grade and 2 in the 4th grade in the same classroom. Or something like that. There was a few 4th graders and just a few second graders, and we're all in the same room. And I was always listening to 4th grade lectures because they were far more interesting, especially that's when they hit history and everything else. So I was always listening to the 4th grade lectures. Oh, neat. And I was buying chemistry books as a kid, When I was in 3rd grade, they called me that's where I got the title at school, Mad Scientist, because I was buying chemistry books and reading them and stuff like that. So that was my nickname. It became Mad Scientist. So I had a lot of fun with that too. I'm on the microscopes and telescopes and all kind of stuff. No, not where you'd expect it go. Okay, I don't know what's that an answer to. All my friends were over. Judy, that was me. I love talking to the adults. I mean, I was in school. I had to deal with kids, but I spent my time talking to adults, and I had tons of questions about history, about war. I was really fascinated with the war between the states since my earliest days. Really, and I talked to the old people, and they tell me the stories their aunts and uncles told them. Stuff you don't find in history books. It wasn't the way you hear about it. I'm gonna tell you that. The stories I got were far different than what a lot of people hear. Can't find a good piece of land. Oh, Common News. How you doing, Common News? Good to see you in the house. Hadn't seen you in a while. I see you just going to stand off and making videos, but I saw you popped out with a couple of them. Hope you're doing well. We need education for them. We do. We need something that interests the kids. Learning is an exciting thing. Learning should be about the most exciting thing in the world. And we make it awful. We take what ought to be exciting and make it awful. It's kind of like NASA. NASA's good for taking the grandest adventure in the history of all mankind and making it boring. We landed on the moon. Situation nominal. Instead of yeah. So, Joe Friday. Greetings, people. Blessed New Year. Greenland, my kids were tested in 9th grade and were past college level. Oh, that's awesome. Well, when I was in 2nd grade the first time, they came around with this guy, big bug-eyed guy. They said, we need to give you a test. So they called me into this room that in my rebel days. And this guy asked me a bunch of questions. He had a book, picture book. He'd point to something. What is this? Like a ladder, picture of a ladder. What is this? What's it used for? One of the pictures was a PISTOL. What is this? What is it used for? Just on and on, just stupid stuff like that. This poor guy, he had thick glasses. His eyeballs looked about yay big and round. A little short, really peculiar looking guy. And I thought, this is goofy. What am I in here doing this for? I thought, this is awful. What do they got me doing these dumb questions for? Anyway, the second time I was in second grade, I was in the classroom and the teacher said something. And I said, well, the Earth is in the Milky Way galaxy. And she's talking about the Milky Way like it's something different. I said, no, the Earth is in the Milky Way galaxy. The sun, the Earth, we're in the Milky Way. She looked at me. She says, no, we're not. And she looked at the kids in the classroom. Greg thinks the sun and the Earth are in the Milky Way galaxy. And all the kids in the classroom laughed. Every single one of them. Oh, okay. Next day I walked straight up to her desk and I plopped a book on her desk. Pow! Opened it up to the header, opened up the right page, and I said, see, I told you the Earth and sun was in the Milky Way galaxy. And she looked down at that thing and she looked at me, and well, a couple of days later, I got told I got to go take a test again. I thought, oh no, not another bug-eyed guy with a stupid picture butt, like I had the year before. So I got called back to the library and I was going to get a test. This time there's a cute little young lady there. And she starts asking me interesting questions, like trying to solve problems and puzzles and doing math like I wasn't doing in there. And finally, this girl looked up at me. I'm in second grade. She looked up at me and says, do you know you just did 8th grade math? I thought, cool. I see what they can challenge kids to. You can have kids, some kids at least, in second grade, and why couldn't all of them do it? Because they're not challenged properly. That's why we're all born with 100 billion brain cells, but some are grown up and their parents tell them, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not smart. That's the worst thing you can do to kids. Don't ever do that to any of you. My parents never did that to me. That's why I'm a problem that I am today. They told me I could be anything I wanted to be. My parents believed in freedom. They believed in things like that. They said, you can be anything you want to be. It's up to you. And I believed it. And I still believe it. And I believe any kid could if they're raised right. I mean, you take Granny Nana just talking about her kids there. I mean, she's got kids that come from challenging backgrounds. She's adopted some kids, right? But these kids are all capable. Everybody is. You can take the littlest kids out of the hood from druggy parents or whatever, and you can raise them to be Einsteins. Just saying, guys. What you got to do is encourage them, make them want to learn, make them interested, not beat them over the head with it. School isn't something you should be beat over the head with. It's something you should be challenged to, something you aspire to, something that's interesting, a puzzle. That's the way learning can be. But anyway, I went into that learning thing just mainly. I got off on several sidetracks. But what is it all about? Really all about saying that I've been a rebel all my life. And, maybe that's why I don't do this stuff. And maybe my whole life I've been sitting here and I'm preparing and prepping for the time we're in today, what we're moving into. So I thought a lot of my life was about space development. But the training I got may be preparing us for what we're doing today. I run the halls of Congress. I have been very influential in things that we do with space legislation. And what have we done today? We've set up the Freedom Restoration Foundation, guys. That may be very key to us getting what we need. The time's coming ahead. We got another person with kind of Russian this type name that Judy Dowell deleted a message. So everybody in the house here, keep your language clean. No bad language, okay? No bad language. You don't know me, Mom. When the Pope's thing was televised, a woman news person over there was reading the papers and said, and then stopped her. Said, yeah, I heard that. I don't know what that is. I've heard something about that. Same story. I prejudged because of accent, honestly. Oh, people come in here in a different language from a different culture. They're going to type things differently because they don't know English. Taz Blackwell, what do you think will? No, wait a minute. I'm reading that. Somebody, what do you just retract that for? What if think about the apocalypse? Something about it. Taz, I was reading your message and you retracted it. I didn't quite get it. Okay. Yeah. Don't know if he is or not. Okay, yeah, there's people that could be trolls. Well, let's just see what they're doing. Jesse Mills, no, he isn't a troll. He's a member of the script. Who are we talking about now? Saucy-eyed fish. Who are we talking about? Paz. Okay, where do you think will start the apocalypse? I think it may be the topic of my next video. A financial collapse may be the precipitating thing. A financial collapse is coming to China. There's no way they're going to get out of a major financial collapse. And this may lead them to war, or it may lead to, it's kind of like this. They've been building up huge military, and they're on the precipice of not being able to afford it. So if they want to grab the goals they claim they want to grab, it's do it now or lose it. This is why I think 2022 may well see WW3, or at least China taking Taiwan and whatever may come out of that. I also think, and I'm going to go into this in another video, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk about China, the financial collapse I see coming. I'm going to go all into this and some other aspects of that. It's taking me, I've been doing a lot of research on this. It's taking some time. And I'm going to do a video about 2022. And I'm going to talk about 10 things for the year 2022. And it'll be roughly in progression of probability. 5 of them are going to be things, I said 10, I got 10. 5 of them are going to be kind of given. So yeah, these things are pretty much going to happen. The other 5 are possibilities, starting with the most probable toward the least probable. And then I'm going to throw in a couple bonuses. So it'll really be 12 items. A bonus, and then I'm called one a bonus. And I think that's a good one. And then another one is going to be the, what do you call it? The objective, where we're trying, I mentioned that we're kind of like in this cattle chute that they're herding us towards something. That's coming. We're going to talk about it. And I think all this stuff is a setup. I'm beginning to see common threads, ting, 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 like a company called Blackrock. Oh, y'all need to pay attention to Blackrock. The owners of Blackrock are the head of Blackrock is very much involved in the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum is wanting to do what? Set up a set that's not so great, you know what I mean? Like the button you push to reset your computer. And it's not so great. I'm trying not to trip all the AI here, guys. Duct tape fixes everything. You got that right, Brandy. Yep, true, Greg, but it's because everyone's retirement money invested. Yeah, it is. It is. We're invested heavily over there. And that's part of the problem. And guess who's buying? BlackRock buys all property. Oh, don't they? Oh, don't they? You know what? It's time to do some sharing, guys. It's time to do some sharing. We're going to do that. But first, let me kind of complete. Why was I talking about school? Because not only was I a rebel, but I looked at the other students and said, we outnumber them. We don't have to do this. And in a sense, that was true. Of course, we were all kids, and we all basically belonged to our parents when we got our tails lit on fire once the word of our rebellion got out. So I knew there will be military in France. Wars will cause more hunger. AI will increase. That's all part of the general trend. So here's what we'll do. We're about to go into show. But the reason I'm saying this is this. No matter what happens, guys, this is what to remember. See, they're employing all those tools to monitor and control. Social credit systems like China's developed, the new digital yuan that China's developed, which is a Bitcoin type money, except they get to monitor everything, and they got a little string attached in it. So if your social credit score goes too low, they'll jerk your money out of your account. You ain't got nothing. You got to behave, have money over there, according to party precepts, however they want you to behave. You can't be a little rebel like me. There's no room for rebels. There's no room for old men. Name them maybe, right? No room for rebels, except the rebels might get the upper hand. There is more of us than there is of them. And all these tools they got work both ways. We can also use the computers. We can use the internet. Just like here, we can talk, we can teach. We can preach. We can reach out. We can shout. And even when they try to squeeze us one way, we can come back another. Hack, sack, and frack. We can find ways, guys, because tools are just that. Tools are just tools. Tools by themselves are not good or evil. They're just a force multiplier usually. They may want to use them one way, but we can use them another way. They're tools. Atom thick carbon razor blade. And okay, Willie Fix, that's what I'm hearing some people talking about. Uncommon news. Jason Smith, did you see the monkey attacking the dog? Oh yeah, the monkeys in India. There's some monkeys that the dogs killed their babies, and they just went after all the dogs and threw them off buildings or something. Heard it. Rick the Rebel. Well, I guess you are a rebel. It's in your name. I'm a rebel. Yeah, one nation, indivisible? No, not quite. Not quite. Texas may go Texas, and a lot of us would be all for it, right? On the host of other states. 80% of Blackrock is owned by Vanguard. We're going to talk about Blackrock in a minute. But what I'm telling you is this, guys. What about the ATM machines that say insufficient notes? And you get back some of your other kind of currency. Oh, Zachary, just like Smith and what was that old saying that the God made man, Sam Colt made man equal? But unfortunately, Sam Colt sold out the government. They decided to own some stuff to the government at one point. I hope they changed on that. But they're expensive anyway. I don't know anything they made. I own knockoffs of stuff they come up with, like cap and ball versions, from that War Twins the State era. Kind of the ones you will see if you look at the movie. A lot of the old westerns don't show authentic type revolvers, but if you look at what was what Clint Eastwood did, Outlaw and Josie Wells. Yeah, he's got the real thing in that movie, the right kind. Yeah, they did a lot of attention to detail in that movie. That was a good movie. The cultural aspects that they talked about, the Lindsay Woolsey shirt that the kid was wearing. Yeah, it's what they wore. It's what they did. That maybe was researched and well done. Esoteric gold. Isn't it you all's bedtime? Isn't it all's bedtime? Yeah, probably is. Jesse Mill Saucy, this area is strong constitutionalists. Absolutely, that's what we are. We are strong for the Constitution, and we're strong for our rights. We are strong for that. That's what I believe in, is freedom. Freedom. That's why I started the Freedom Restoration Foundation. Go to freedomrestorationfoundation.org. If you've not been there, I highly encourage you to go. I usually keep the Constitution right here. I've got one particular I like to show here. I got two of them actually. I don't know where the other one is. It's right in here somewhere, but I got it covered up. There's this one. I got one that's combined with a Declaration of Independence, which I like to show a lot of times in a lot of my videos. Oh, here it is. There we go. Gospel Girl. How you doing? Favorite Western? Yes. I love Clint Eastwood's movie there, Outlaw and Josie Wells. I saw it in the theater. Took a date to it actually, way back when it came out. I think it was one of the first dates I ever had, really. So I still love that movie. So, all right, what's uncommon news said here? We're going to touch base on common news. Angel Lawrence, I got 5 of them, Greg. Oh, you do? I got 3. A little bit rusted up. So I missed something here. Uncommon news says, will it fix it? You're right. And if we do, one eye is open. Keep one eye open. I think Metallica is actually, the band is Christians. You might not know that and listen to their, but I think that's the case. Spaghetti Westerns. There you go, Robert. Now I got to tell you, but That was not spaghetti western because he did it himself in America. Spaghetti westerns were done by Italian group and they were, filmed often in Spain and Italy and other places like that. But Outlaw and Josie Wells was not a spaghetti western per se. Although they had some really good music in those spaghetti westerns, didn't they? You need to get on Tox. Tox? What is Tox? We live in Largo. All right. So I like Clint Eastwood, Ghost Walker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a man with no name. Time is man-made construct. It's all about perception. Well, hey, I just covered that, my Universal Solo Cup talk in particular, and I've covered a little bit of that in this conversation tonight. Yeah, time, all time exists simultaneously. Your grandmother's still giving you that cookie. Yeah. We have to catch the rest on the replay. Good night. Okay, good night, Bob. Controls Raiders, absolutely, Jason. Controls Raiders. Buddy Bill Anderson. There was a book called The Ghost of the Confederacy about the Raiders I read in high school. Guys, I've always been interested in that era. Always highly interested in that era. And I think it's kind of coming back to that. And that's why I'm talking the rebel thing here a little bit. But guys, it's more about, we just got to remember when they come after us, think about this. If you know what's coming at you, you might react differently than if you don't know. Take the guys that were on the planes that went into the World Trade Centers. They knew they were being hijacked, but they probably figured it was a ransom. If they knew it was a suicide mission, nobody would have tolerated it. Like supposedly the flight, you can debate whether this stuff's true or not, but the flight from crashed over Pennsylvania. They got word apparently of what was going on. Oh, and the one guy says, "Let's roll." And they all got up and they ran at the attackers. I guess the pilot nosedived the plane or whatever. I don't know. Right turn, Clyde. There you go. The orangutan. Any which way but loose. He did some good movies. So, Gran Torino. Okay, you got a Gran Torino? I've been to this. John Hunt Morgan. Now, John Hunt Morgan was an interesting character. He went and raided up into Ohio. And there's a story where they all got caught in prison. And there's one little guy who climbed up the prison bars, and he could have got away, but he never did because he could always climb to the top. Nobody stood. A little skinny guy. They used spoons and forks and dug their way out of that prison and broke out. John Hunt Morgan. So, yeah, there's a park around here named after him. I hope they don't make him change the name of it. So John Hunt Morgan was a raider, and he went up into Ohio. Y'all may not know, but there was actually Confederates that went down into from Canada into Vermont. There was a raid on Vermont from Canada. There's a lot of stories in that war people just don't know about. Jason, you must be from the north. Have family members that was with Control Irregulars. Wow, Jesse. Interesting. Well, we're going to have a talk when I get out to Arizona. That sounds highly intriguing. Yeah, the Lindsay Woolsey shirts, all that stuff from that movie was very authentic. That movie was one of the best Westerns I ever saw for catching the authenticity of the time. The sniper rifle he used to shoot the rope to make the Missouri boat ride. The old granny, the poultices, I loved her. That was a great character. And they had a lot of great characters in that movie. But everybody, they had all these people who have been fighting against each other, forming a common tribe to live together and live in peace with the Indians. And I love this talk with Tin Bears. I think that is one of the best talks ever in a movie. Ever. Well, they fit. Bridges, Madison County, not far. Not my favorite Clint movie. Oh, I hadn't seen that one. That we can show. I don't think there's anything in there. Time is infinite. Oh, yeah. But it's all here, too. And expanding. Jason, south of I-10 my whole life last week. Yeah, you're way down south there, Brandy. If Ken came over after WW. Okay, well, it fixed it. Well, mine were. My grandmother was, my family's been here so long. When I was a little kid, my grandmother used to talk about the Indians coming from out in Oklahoma, coming back into Alabama and Georgia. They were looking for gold they left behind. And she said there were still spear points in some of the buildings in the walls. QTalks is decentralized secure comm platform. Oh, uncommon news. Yeah, you got to action to work with a certain individual. We're supposed to be working up some stuff. Remember, we got to get back together on that. We got to talk that. So we're working on a network with the Freedom Restoration Foundation, guys. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Okay, what's one? Ah, shoot. I can whistle good, but I got to kind of get into it. Yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit to get that going. All right. Yeah, there's a funny little video with a ukulele group playing that song with ukuleles, and you can find it on YouTube. And one of them's whistling really good, and he busts out. He kind of starts laughing. You can't whistle when you laugh; it's impossible. Seven Samurai. Maybe we're all living in a time capsule in a yellow submarine, right? We are living in a Gospel says, Happy New Year, everyone. Well, Happy New Year, absolutely. Yeah, I went to Teresa. I went to college with Gospel Girl, and we both wound up working in the ERIS project office. ERIS is the Exo-Atmospheric Reentry Interceptor Subsystem, part of Strategic Defense Initiative Organization, SDIO. This was a poster that we got back when I was doing that. Gospel Girl, do you have this poster? You have that? Did you ever have that poster, Gospel Girl? Thank you, Mater, she says. So we had, we worked together there. So, and by the way, the guy who was over that was Ambassador Hank Cooper. And I've had him on this channel talking about the most practical way to get a power grid hardened. Hank Cooper, Ambassador Hank Cooper. I've had him on this channel, and he was a man in charge of all that stuff at one time. Would you rather have met John Wayne or Clint Eastwood? I'd probably say Clint Eastwood. John Wayne was being an interesting character, but they are actors, guys. They are actors, but I'd say Clint between the two. No, I don't, but I want it. Do you remember that poster? It's SDI 1988. SDI 1988, Strategic Defense Initiative. That was Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program, headed up by Ambassador Hank Cooper, like I said, who I've interviewed on this channel directly. I brought some high caliber guests on this channel, guys, way beyond what a lot of many times bigger channels have brought. Clint is alive. Yeah, he's still alive. He is. He's still alive. He's old, but he's still alive. He's still making movies. Have you ever seen a TR-3B? No. I have seen something. I have seen something. I don't know if I want to talk about that right now. Chip the Squirrel Lobes John Wayne. Oh, loves. All right. So the whole point of all this is, like I'm saying, there's more. Think about this. If you know what's coming, you're going to be like the guys on that plane flight with you, believe it or not, on the way to supposedly the Pentagon in Pennsylvania. If you were Jewish and you were being boarded in the train, or some Nazi with a machine gun, and there's a whole busload of you, or a whole train car load of you, charge, run them over. Yeah, he's going to get some of you, but in the end, more of you will survive than you will go into the gas chambers. That's the whole point, guys. If the Jews had knew what was coming, would they have just sat there and took it? Maybe they would have. When they're being herded to the gas chambers by a few guys standing around with things that go bang, bang, as opposed to so many of them. That's what guys have been all too often to do, so compliant. And that's what they want with us. They want us to be all totally compliant and just march off to the chambers. I tell you, the proposition of this channel is help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. That's what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. And there's more of us than there are of them. We get the same tools. And that is what Uncommon News is talking about. And he's actually got an action. He's working with somebody else for the Freedom Restoration Foundation to start working on these tools so that we can use them in our favor. So that's all they are. They're tools. So, all right, now let's do some sharing. You met Willie Nelson. All right. Well, I actually met John Denver in the Pan Pacific Hotel in Anaheim, California. I rode from the 14th floor to the ground floor in an elevator with just me and John Denver all the way down. All right. So let's do some looking around here. I don't know what a BOTFY is. What is that? Strange code. Harry Glenn, what is that? Alrighty, guys. Cosmic Girl says, I have a pic of me and Willie Nelson. Oh, nice. Now, Cosmic Girl's been around. She did some movie work at one time, I think, didn't you? Did a little movie work, and she went up to the pyramid. She's had some fun. She got to see some cool things. And I've done some show work too. I went out, and did that show, Strange Earth, did several episodes of that for the Weather Channel. But I don't have cable TV, so I've never seen it. Video Green. Oh yeah, I'm on C-SPAN. I can show you that sometimes. I'm on C-SPAN. You met Christopherson. Okay. Yeah, he was an interesting guy. He actually played in one of the Planet of the Apes movies. Gas chambers are an awful way to die. No kidding. Oh my gosh, that sounds awful. Yeah, they didn't care. These people are. There's a lot of monsters in this world, guys. A lot of people get conned into that. Is Colorado Jan in here? All right, so we're going to do some sharing here. Hang on, let me do some screen sharing. We're going to go through some pages now, guys. It's already 106. Ding, ding. Hang on. We're going to do some sharing. I got to get back to the right screen. Hit the share button. Share. Ding, ding, ding. Is that it? No, that's it. All right. Blackrock. Let me minimize this. Got to be careful because the other day I thought I was going through some PowerPoint, but when I put PowerPoint in presentation mode, the share didn't follow it. It used to do that, but it didn't do it that time. So I don't know what happened. I was trying to show you guys Siberia and how big Russia is and why it was really peculiar that they were doing all their training in one spot, according to what they were telling us. So Blackrock started in 1988. Key people, Larry Fink, and got this Robert Capito. So they started out as an asset management company, but in 2008, when everything was going bust, they bought up all the so-called toxic loans and things that nobody supposedly wanted to touch, and it made them extremely rich. Blackrock has got $9.5 trillion in assets, guys. This company is huge. $9.5 trillion in one company. They're just asset management. They've never produced anything. They've just bought and wheeled and dealed. Buying and wheeling and dealing. Buying in bad times. Living off the misery of others. They've gotten rich, stinking rich. But see, they've come up with this environmental, social. Now, this is something that my dear friend, Uncommon News, is covered on a video. And I think we've talked about this together on a video on my channel. Environmental, social, corporate governance, ESG. So these guys have bought into Coca-Cola and several other big corporations. They now have huge interest in some of these corporations, and they're telling them, their CEOs, that they're being graded according to how well they fit with this parameter, including energy companies. So these companies are having to go against the nature of who they are and what they're supposed to do as a corporation what their stated objectives were in order to satisfy this environmental, social, and corporate governance. You following this? I'm glad you're in the house tonight. I'm glad you're in the house, Uncommon Use, because this is the perfect time for you to be here, Doug, because we're really now going over some ground that you've been all over, that we've been over together. Environmental and social corporate governance, guys. And he is plugged into what? The World Economic Forum. Have you ever heard of the thing called the Great Set of the reset button on your computer? But it's not so great. Well, he's a key person in this. And so they got rich buying 2008. When everybody else was dying and crying, he was buying. And guess what he's buying now? Evergrande. Yeah, that big reset, that big economic development company, the big property development company, biggest one, that has got over $305 billion of loans they can't pay in China. These guys are buying them. Why? That's going to be another story, guys. They are trying to set things up. This whole thing is like a setup. So this goes all into these guys. This company is the driving force behind this ESG. So there it is, Doug. These guys are the driving force. Imagine that. And how big are they? Well, look how big they are. 9.5. Yeah, right. There you go. I'll show the money. $9.5 trillion in assets. Doing asset management. Oh yeah. And if a big company, a place like China were to nationalize stuff, they would hire an asset management company to run it. Therefore, you own nothing, you have nothing. You have no privacy, no property, but you've never been happier. Remember that video coming out from a Great Reset, which they took down when we all saw it and started criticizing it? Well, there you go. I think I got that somewhere. So I think I managed to save it some way or something from it. So yeah, they're buying. See, their thing is to buy properties and lease them, not resell them. They're all part of how you shouldn't own anything, but they will own it. Why? Because it's a neo-feudalism system, guys. I thought it was kind of interesting. Blackrock, Black Sun. Do y'all know about Black Sun? Are they connected? I don't know, guys. Check it out. Are these things connected? Yeah. I hope not. But what about Burning Man, which occurs at Blackrock in the Blackrock Desert? And so Blackrock here started in 1988. Burning Man started doing this at Blackrock when? 1986. Just predates a little bit. So was the company Blackrock named after some of the objectives here? Why do they burn a man in effigy? And look what's one of their biggest things? Decommodification. Now, maybe Burning Man would be fun to go to just because of all the weirdness you get to see, the novelty of just all the weird costumes, get up and set up. But what's it really all about? Political economy, decommodification is the strength of social entitlements and citizens' degrees of immunization from market dependency. Does that sound a little bit socialist? Does that sound communistic? Self-reliance, radical self-reliance. I agree with that part. Radical self-expression. Well, okay, freedom, civic responsibility. We do have civic responsibilities. But I don't know, guys. There's something interesting in that. Oh yeah, by the way, the Blackrock Desert is one of the places where they launch big rockets a lot of times. So large, really large, dangerous LRDS rocket launches are done out there. So I've known of Blackrock for a long time. Never actually been there. Got a lot of friends that have been there for rocket launches and even for Burning Man. So what is it really all about? What does it really mean? Are they connected? I don't know. It's just Just, finding something that's got black at its core. Remember Blackwater? What was Blackwater? The mercenary group that was in Iraq way back when. They changed the name, by the way. All right. And the rock. Everything God on borrowed time. There you go. Colorado Jan must be in the house. Both own everything, says Scratch. There you go, Scratch. Excuse me. Greg Tigler. Green Greg's another note. BR and Vanguard is an issue for people's 401k managers that dabble with them. Yeah, I don't even have a 401k, so yeah, there's a lot of fishy things going on, guys. Let me just save memory. I'm gonna kill. Now I'll come back to it. I'm not gonna kill that. I'm gonna save that, guys. All right, let's do our normal thing here. Look here, 64 degrees out here tonight. According to that, that looks a little different. We'll go into it. Wow, there's a huge wind coming out here. There's a lot of air coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico. That's what's warm where I'm at right here, right now. That warmth is not going as far up as it did. The cold's pushing down. There's a cold front pushing in. Look up here in Kentucky, it's 53, 52 up here in West Virginia, that part, 50 in that part of West Virginia. So we still got a warm spell right here. The warmth comes like maybe out through here. Here's your warm bubble. All been fed by this moisture and coming out, warm moisture up out of the Gulf of Mexico. This is going to make it real unstable here when this cold front manages to finally push through in a couple of days. It's pushing on us, but hadn't pushed through. So let's go up here and let's look at Alberta. We got a good friend in the house who's in Alberta, Arnold Schmidt. We got a couple of Schmidts in the house. We got Arnold Schmidt and Jason Schmidt. We got a pair of Schmidts in the house tonight. So yeah, in Alberta, minus 33, minus 35, minus 31. Over here in Saskatchewan, minus 40. Manitoba, it's not as cold. We talked about Fort Greely tonight. Fort Greely's warmer. Here's 17, 30, 14. What's that? About 30 degrees at the Allen Army Airfield, and that is on Fort Greely. That is on Fort Greely, my friends. That's where I was based, right there, for 2 years. So, but that's not unusual. Here's what happens. When it's cold down here, it's warm up there. When it's cold up here, it's warm there. Why? Because it seems like winds come up, go over, and come down. So if Alaska's getting a warm Chinook coming from the south, it comes up over the pole and comes back down on us. When that's not happening, the cold air is staying here. It's not coming down on us usually. So that's kind of a rough way to look at all these currents here across the Atlantic. It's quite a setup right there, cascading little vortices, but the air is basically running south and coming back up and around. That's like going the opposite of the Gulf Stream. Gulf Stream like coming up this way. Is the Gulf Stream being like rediverted? That's the air. It's not really the water, but you gotta really wonder what's happening here, guys. It's kind of strange. It's interesting. Wow, I got some big storms around Antarctica. So let's go in here. We've been looking at this wind. So we looked at temperatures. So let's look at, I want to see rain. All right, now you can see where it's snowing out west. British Columbia, parts of Alaska, Hudson and James Bays. That's the James Bay, it's the Hudson Bay. On down. A few days, it looks like it's snowing just east of you. And let's see here. Arnold, are you over here in the snow? Is that your area, Arnold? I stand corrected. I believe Blackwater is contracted for USPS security purposes. Ooh. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi River. Yeah, I'll be careful here, guys. All righty, so let's do rain accumulation now. Bang. So it comes in streams. Look at that, guys. Kind of artistic, really. Somebody just took the earth and just painting it with a brush. Painting this with a brush. So that's next 3 days. Supposed to get some rain here. 5 days. Kentucky's going to get a lot of rain. Of course, West Coast out here has been getting pounded pretty good with rain and snow. All right, let's go 10 days. Oh yeah, look at the West Coast here, guys. Next 10 days, from everything south of Alaska to northern California. Lots of moisture. See that river of moisture just coming in at them. Well, that's interesting. Getting a little bit in Arizona too over the next 10 days. But it looks like it's mostly south of my location. There's Holbrook. That's north of Show. There's Sholo. So I'm right in the middle here. Maybe a little bit of Precip. Yes, there's Snowflake. Holbrook. So it's 32 in the Snowflake. I don't know if that's the current temperature. Let's get out of the accumulation business and go back for temperature. Dang. Yeah, it's 32 in Snowflake, apparently. Sholo's the same temperature. Now, Sholo, you start to get up in some forest up here in Sholo. This is a desert here, but there's some forest there in Sholo. Nice, beautiful tall pines up around Sholo. Tall pines. Get down to Snowflake, all you got is juniper bushes. All right. You got the painted desert, the petrified forest, and over here's the Grand Canyon. All kind of stuff around there, lots of variety. And really warm down here. So, Brandy, are you sitting at 75 degrees or 71? Are you in Mississippi? If you're in Mississippi, you're probably 75 degrees. There's 77 right there. Wow, what's the temperature there, Brandy? What are you sitting at? We got it here. Derringer. That saucy-eyed fish, Oklahoma's best of all seasons. Calls all for it once a week. All right. Okay. Oh, I got Sophia in the room. Hello, Sophia. Good to see you. I'm trying to scroll through a little bit of the chat here. Did get a super chat early tonight. I appreciate that, guys. All right. Let's focus on the chat there. All right, let's get out of this app here. Here's Earth. Again, showing the same kind of thing there. Got to spin the world around. These don't look as intense on this map. There's a pole flip, guys. All right, enough of that. Make it smaller to change it. USGS, a lot of earthquakes around here at the corner of the Juan de Fuca plate. I'm talking on this side, they don't mean anything to worry about, that they might actually subtract from a subduction zone earthquake. Some people think these might be a precursor. I don't know. West Texas, lots of earthquakes there. 3, 4, 4. southeast of Magla, New Mexico. Okay. New Mexico right here. So Texas really has got like a little notch. It comes out west here. New Mexico hangs over it. And this is 2.9 in Hermley, Texas. Well, this is an interesting one. This is in Arkansas. No, still Texas. Not good. All right, 2.6. This is fresh. 2.6 Granite Falls, Washington. A lot of these earthquakes right here. 3.6. 3.6. I'm yawning you guys. 3.7. 3.3. All right, enough of that. I'm about to minimize the screen just a little bit. Go space weather now. Space weather. I'll show the video later. Tracking the James Webb Telescope. That's the James Webb Telescope going out to the, I guess, the L1 side. Yep, it's going on the far side of the moon, I guess. No, wait a minute, it's hurtling toward L2. Well, that's interesting. L2. L2 is 1.5 million kilometers out there. That's way out there, guys. The other side of the moon. The moon. All right. Let's come back to space weather. Hope that thing unfolds correctly. It's the biggest origami in the world. Most expensive origami set ever made by man. If it unfolds correctly, it can do an amazing job. There's that comet. Look at that, guys. Leonard Nebula. That's some gas behind. She's driving into the ground. Crash. Better hope not. I think it's moving fast. There's just nowhere near us. No CMEs this time. Oh. We got a couple of sunspots aimed at us. Let's see what they're saying here. All right, there were some M1 solar flares, but didn't hurl CMEs. The CMEs are the plasma balls and ionized gas. Did not get hurled to us in those flares. That's good. Flare probabilities not quite as high as one of our recent chats. All right, what's coming at us? What's coming at us? Yeah, I heard tonight we've had a big asteroid miss us by like over 1 million miles. And we are December here, the 29th. This is where we're at. Yeah, it's 155 meters. That is a big one, but it's missing us by a long shot. 9.3 lunar distance. Now we got one going to pass between us and the moon. Here, halfway between us and the moon. It's still a long ways out. But it's only 12 meters in diameter. And it's only going 7 kilometers per second. So it's not one of the fastest ones. Don't be worried about it. It's not going to hit us. This is 2.2 lunar distances. Nothing on here to be concerned with. And this chart's got a lot shorter than what it normally is. You know, Stephen Benoon would probably be disappointed to see that. May not fit his predictions. All right, enough of that. Okay, so, and there we are. And we'll stop the share. Hello. Alrighty, guys, it is 1:28. Man, gross corn's good for winter, especially in a jar. Yeah. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Can't grow no corn on Rocky Top. It's too rocky by far. That's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. That's the song of the football team, Tennessee, out of Knoxville. Pronouncing the K, Knoxville. Anywho, Susie Q. I lived in Daytona and Lake Butler, Florida for 7 years. 2:29. Yeah, you are an hour ahead of me, Judy. Up in Ohio. I'm in Central time, and you're in Eastern time. 7:30 over in Stonehenge, where Scratch is at. Scratch is over next door to Stonehenge. Scratch, lightweights. You been up all night, Scratch? Norway put me in a book for folding some origami Viking things. Oh, all right, you knew. That's interesting. You got my curiosity up. Need a banjo, Tennessee State song. That's it. I wished I knew how to play a banjo. I could probably strum one, Grandpa Jones style. Ding, 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 ding. Way down yonder from me, there's a big old holler tree where you lay down a dollar bill. Head right around the bend, or you come back again with a jug full of good old Mountain Dew. What do they call it? The good old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it are few. Yeah, praying God is the one who can make it change. That's right. We got to pray a lot, guys. And we're going to do some prayer here in a little bit. We got some people to pray for tonight. So, 12:30 in Arizona. Yeah, you're a lot earlier. Do you think they're really made to the moon? Yeah, I do. Because we had all the science to do it. We had all the engineering. We built all the systems. And we flew them. We put people on them. So yeah, and I knew a lot of people that were designing all that stuff in the Apollo program. I knew those people. Greg, do you have tattoos? No. Closest thing I got to a tattoo is where I jabbed a pencil in my hand a couple of times. Once when I had put my hand in a pocket and I had a sharp pencil sitting in it when I was back in grade school. The other time, some girl stabbed me in the back of my hand with a pencil. And I used to see that little pencil mark for years. I don't know if I can find it anymore. Maybe gone now. If I look real hard, I might find it. Oh, right there. That's where a girl stabbed me in the back of my hand on a school bus with a pencil. You might call that a tattoo. I don't know. Is the other one, is that the other one right there? I don't know. Hard to tell now. Just lead pencils. I can play forks. There you go. I got one of those too, Greg. My son is a tattoo artist. He has the same name as me. He is a tattoo artist. And he does really artistic stuff, guys. I'm going to oncologist, okay. Let the big wigs go live there. We'll stay here. There you go. I got one of those too, Greg. Yeah, let's see how we read it. Pencil tattoos. There you go. So I'm just about to get my tat finished. Finally, text him yesterday saying the doc. Okay, very good. The 70s lead tat. Yeah, that's an old one. You're exactly right. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I bet this in my hands from the 60s. Remember, I started school in 1966. One of the second grade stories I was telling you about was like 1967. You know, the first time. The second one was 1968. So that's when it was. What do you do, Greg? I do system safety on the avionics of the Space Launch System. So I deal with rockets and I deal with computers and electronics, avionics, power systems, all that kind of stuff. And I've done robotics too. And I worked on the International Space Station. I used to work on the Strategic Defense Initiative with Gospel Girl, who's here in the chat room tonight. She's local. She's a real nice lady. Let's see, Greenland Ella Greg. That's funny. She stabbed you kind of. I've had lead in my leg, pencil in my pocket. And one time I had a pencil in my pocket and I reached in my pocket to grab something, didn't realize I had this sharp pencil sticking up. And I think that's the mark right here. Barely see it. I think it's a mark in there for it. But double check. But I found the one on the back of my hand. The girl stabbed me. I had my hands on the back of the seat like that. And she was just a mean girl. I don't know what possessed her. She stuck a piece of my yeah. Wow, what'd you do that for? And I still got it. And worms. There you go. I got worms, guys. Let's see. Dallas Homestead, CBD oil, cut out the processed food. That's what everybody needs to cut out processed foods. People used to move to Mexico to beat cancer. Everything starts in the gut. You know, you're right there with that. All right. Dallas guy, the name of Tim, given months in research and started taking Fin-Bin dog warmer. Oh, wow. Hey, Greg, need a safety assistant. Oh, maybe. They just laid off a bunch of people, though. You think, is that something you can do? Send me a resume. Maybe I can get you in. I still got lead in my pencil. Okay, Willie. Madam Gross. Yes, Brandy's cigarette. What did Brandy say? Cuba had a cure for cancer over 60 years ago. Oh, there we go. That's funny. I got some cigars in somewhere. What did I do with it? Probably did. I'll put my cigars. Where's my cigar? I did not have sex with that woman. It was my cigar. My cigar did it. Cigars in somewhere. Ah. Yes. One left. Did you know Jimmy Webb? Not ringing a bell. There we go. I did not have sex with that woman. It was my cigar. My cigar did it. All right. I'm qualified. We can talk sometime. Okay, Jesse. Maybe we need to talk. Did you send me the phone number? Do you have my email? What was that email earlier? Oh, it was a lady up in Nevada. Yeah, we'll be in the neighborhood together, so we might as well start chatting some. Granny's laughing. Willie's laughing. Oh no, that's what? Wildy fire. How do you say that? Rolling on the floor laughing. Wildy Freya. It's kind of Freya. Willow. Diamond had a bird. Diamond had a bird kill somewhere. Really? That guy's Joe Friday, Road 1212, rejoicing in hope, patient tribulation, continuing instant and prayer. We go into the prayer session in a minute, guys. We got 101 in the room. That's good. And we got 107 thumbs up. Wow, guys. I know we might probably have 400 or 500 people slip through here tonight. So if you're not giving me a thumbs up, let's hit it. Now we got 102 in the room, so we're increasing. We need some thumbs up, guys. Help me with the Algor's has no rhythms. To be forced to admit Royal Rife was right. Oh, that would be interesting. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar Freud, Sigmund Freud. Cigar Freud. Yeah, there you go. I see what you're saying. Cherry turns older on January 2nd. Okay. My mama's birthday was the 1st of January, by the way. 1st of January is her birthday's coming up, but she's passed. So many crazy girls stab boys in school. Yeah, what was that? What was that all about? Yeah, exactly. Fine. Let's see. Brandy says, Dallas Homestead, find me. I have a red ring around my neck that says it's okay to say no. There you go. and holding the sun and backdrop pick. Okay. All right. I have one of those. Okay, let's scratch that a little more. Now, Gord, get back in your hole. Okay. I'll go and get back in your hole. Got it. Oh, I don't want any more birthdays, says Helen. Oh, hey, Stanfoot. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, guys, I actually lose subscribers every time I do these live sessions, so it kind of hits me. And the first hour or two you're making the videos when you're going to get most of your funding from ads. So when we run this like this, this really helps. That helps make up for all that. But yeah, I'm actually losing a fair number. I have lost a fair number of subscribers. I'm going to do another share here and get a minute with you guys. Go in here and go to my guys. We're going to go to my comments. Oh, the show's premiered. Magnetic Reversal News 2 hours ago. I guess he's probably done. It would have been Diamond. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Well, I regained a few. I think I've just regained 10 subscribers. That's interesting. So I'm going to do a share here. Take y'all inside the channel. I'll do something you guys other YouTubers don't normally do for you. I'll show you the back door inside of what we do. Most of them don't want to do that, but I do. Why don't y'all see every darn thing? We're family here, right? All right, content. Boom. There we go. Content. Live shows. I'm showing you. So here we are right now. That's the show we're on. This is the back door where I can go in and manage videos. I can make them visible, turn on monetization. See, it's not turned on here right now. We're on here live. So they probably wouldn't approve me going in and trying to set that right now, but I can go in after the video and try to set it. But look at analytics. This video cost me 2 subscribers. But I had some really good super chats on that one. That was one of my best. That's been my best video all month for super chats. But we did that one on Christmas Day. So I guess those were Christmas super chats. Best video all month for that. This one I lost 1 subscriber. This one I lost 4 subscribers. 11. Wow, that's interesting. That'll be super chat money. 11. And maybe a little ad money. Let's check this one. I just want to check. Yeah, I already checked that one. Lost 4 on that one. Here is previous Wednesday night. What did that do to me? Lost 4 subscribers there. Lost 5 subscribers here. Well, it's still getting watching. It's getting viewed still. And what did this not lose? Lost 7 subscribers with this video. Oh, guys, see that? Go to our studio, go to the top level. All right, I've come back up a little bit. It was down to, this was 52,682. And it dropped, and it was in the 50s just a little bit earlier. So it looks like I'm getting some subscribers tonight, which is unusual in my live stream. Oh, I know why. Because tonight I gave it a topic, and we've talked some content tonight. So maybe I need to do that more often. We put this on a specific topic tonight. And that's because I wanted to reach out to you guys and talk about this whole idea of surfing the apocalypse and just being rebels. Because there's more of us than there are of them. And that's going to be a central theme that we got to start repeating and talking to and reminding each other of as we go forward. There's more of us than there are of them. Rebels surfing the apocalypse. So I think that name has helped this video quite a bit. I've done more live sessions because I haven't done as many recorded sessions as I wanted to this week. I need to do one of these every day, but I don't always have time. And this topic I'm working on is taking a lot more work. I wanted to get it out tonight. I just couldn't pull it off. Anyway, stop share. Halo. Suzuki a bulb. Gotta get it. Let's see. So these super chats help, guys. They really do, because help make up for a lot of that. Resident, look that up. It will show you what that is. Scratch. We are family. There you go. Getting hungry for a banana split. Oh, sounds good. Used to get those in a lot of places when I was a kid. I hadn't seen one in a long time. In a long time. Banana split. Wow, I got some bananas. I got some ice cream. I don't have the cherries though. We used to get a banana split and what they call a boat, and you got 2 bananas on it, and about 3 scoops of ice cream. Each one had a cherry and some other stuff on it. Yeah, those are pretty good. Have you ever been experienced? Okay, Brandon, what does that mean? Have you ever been experienced? And what? I'm not sure I follow that one. Frazioli. Or Fazio. There's no F in there. No R, I mean. Fazioli. I had a friend named Grazioli. That's why I put the R in it automatically. Yeah, Chuck Grazioli. So Fazioli. People dozing off to the live sheesh and accidentally hitting unsub. Oh, is that what's happening? I hope not. I have a Black Forest Sundae. Oh, Black Forest cake are yummy. I love dark chocolate. Love banana splits. So I have a hankering for cherry cordial ice cream. Ooh, that sounds good. I used to love the cordial cherries covered in chocolate, especially if it's like dark chocolate. That's my favorite. The LSD experience. So you're not talking about LDS, Jimi Hendrix. I know a version of the banana split song. Oh, all right, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean, guys. It's a family channel. Don't forget it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's my mug. Oh, I had some tea. I had some caffeine right here. Oh, I never turned my hourglass on. All right, Judy. I meant to do that. Forgot it. Hourglass. Judy is also furnishing me beard balm. Right now, I am wearing this cypress beard balm. Last time I was on here, I was doing the sandalwood beard balm. Can y'all smell the difference? Maybe not on the video. I'm starting to work it. She told me I put a little honey on it and make a mustache, but I don't know if I might want to be eating a mustache if I put honey on it. She's making a mustache version, and Judy's gonna be selling all these things. And I remember we talked to her about maybe me putting some of them on a worm website. Maybe doing a commission thing there. I don't know if she'd be interested in that or not. Today I made peanut butter and cherry chocolate bread. Ooh. Gigi knows what I'm like. He sees my Facebook, poor fella. Yep. Scratch is a Facebook friend. Wrong room, Scratch. You'll be baptized again before you leave here. All right. So, yep, I'm all ears. There we go. Okay. We'll talk. Let me show you a couple things. We got to go into prayer session here in a little bit. Call it a night. Let's see. I'm going to pull up a couple other websites here. Shoot down Space Weather. Save me some memory. Check my memory, see how we're doing. We're good. Do. Let's see here. La 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 la. Let's try to make a song there. Freedom. Bing bang, bing bang, bing bing bang, bing bing bang. All right, let's go back here into a share. That button. Excuse me. Here's that Freedom Restoration Foundation site I told y'all to go to. Lands on the home page. The home page has got guys. I pretty much built this site. I had working with a young lady. We built this site together. It's an Elementor WordPress with Elementor, and I'm not an expert with it, but I can kind of wing it and get through it. But I've been updating the site by myself, adding alerts, but I'm behind on the alerts because I just have a hard time finding time to get everything done. So we're adding alerts. There should be a couple more alerts going in the system. Cowboy Roy Rogers is real active in helping develop all these alerts. He's part of our leadership organization. I got this Action Center. Come on, Action Center, load. There we go. Guys, it repeats the alerts. This comes here and tells you how to lobby or reach out to your Congress critters, your representatives, how to find your national, state senate, your senators in your state or your local, your representative in Congress, and also how to find your state legislators for your state capital, and where to find and track bills, national bills or state bills. So you can deal with things national or state level. This is where you find the state legislator websites. Find out who your congressmen and representatives are, who your senator is. This tells you about sending an email, about calling, about writing, what to write, what to say on the phone, and a recap of these resources. Ding, 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 ding. Isn't that a cute picture? So if you go into resources, this needs to be updated. We need volunteers, guys, to help us with this stuff. And one time we hit, now this needs to be changed. Bills concerning this and bills concerning that. You click on it, and there was a list of every bill in Congress pertaining to the subject, telling you who introduced it, what the summary is, bill name, the number, the status, who the sponsors are. This is stuff you can use working on these things, guys. You see, this is very. Who else has got these kind of lists on their website? I don't know anybody else got this kind of stuff. And then get rid of that. We're going to come over here to Ring Greg's. This is another website that's me standing under a forest of okra. See the okra pod? That's the kind of okra I'm trying to reproduce. I've lost it. I'm afraid I may have lost it entirely. This is my own version of King David okra. The bigger pods than King David okra normally has. I had long, big King David pods and ginormous okra. As you can see over my head. That was about, this picture was probably taken about 4 years ago. I had a garden up in Taft, Tennessee at that time. My first worm bed there. Customer testimonials, opening worms from me. And there's Diamond, top knots. There's top knots on here twice, by the way. Top knot is in here 2 times. He's there in Diamond's greenhouse, and he's got his own little thing, right? I think that may be it. And then going to buy worms, you can click that or click that, but I'm not selling worms right now. Now, if you want to make a donation to me, the only button on here that's working right now is a donate button. But I could come in here and add stuff, Judy. I could add other things. We could set up another page for the stuff you're coming up with, beard balms and stuff. So I can modify this quite a bit. We could add new pages for other things. I'm gonna do microgreens here eventually. But one thing y'all want to see, if you want to see the worm videos, rather than go through my channel, or that's why I raise red worms, how to raise them. And it includes some videos mixed in with what used to be on my website. You see the stuff there. But if you just want to watch worm videos, come over here, vermiculture worm videos. And they're organized by everything you need to know. Getting started, the basics you know about worms. Building worm beds, bins. And once you get the bed built, you got to put something in it, right? So I could talk about several different kinds of worm beds. Worm bedding, what you put in them. The best thing to put in them, the thing not to put in them. Then caring for your worms, feeding worms, worm care, pot worms, different things. When your worms are too wet, what's the signs of that? Keeping your worms warm in the winter. Then worm products, worm tea. That's a 5-gallon bucket, and this is a 250-gallon tote. Very different styles. How to harvest worms quickly or using a trommel. This is getting a lot of views lately. Different things about harvesting them. Here is just going to get manure, part of the logistics of the system. Wild edibles. Now, I don't have all my wild edible videos in here, but I got lots of them. Probably the easiest way to find my wild edible medicinal videos is go here. It'd be easier than searching the stuff on my channels. I got so much stuff in there. This is maybe better organized. Takes a little bit of time to come through here. There we go. The number one wild edible. And here it's to eat the weed that's eaten America. Kudzu. Poke salad. Poke salad. Poison food. Medicine. Wild elderberry. Goldenrod. Wild lettuce. Painkiller. The dandelion. Eat your trees, please. For the kids, see? The kids here, eat your trees, please. Talk about edible trees. Beauty berry. Wild persimmon. White oak. And guys, if you don't need to be a toilet paper prepper anymore, all you got to know is how to find the oak leaf hydrangea. So there you go. Your toilet paper prepping needs are taken care of. Willow is a painkiller. Wild carrot, what to eat and what not. Oh, I got another video on that series I need to post in here, talking about poison hemlock. Did talk about that video too, but I went further into that. I need to get to eat your briars. Poison ivy or not? Well, not that. That's 5 leaves. That's Virginia creeper, by the way. And this is probably one of the, this is a really good one, talking about eating trees. Sweet gum. And probably the best video of all is filter and sanitize water. Many methods. Y'all need to watch that. Painkiller one. Then I got gardening videos. First thing you need to know about building raised beds. That's the most important thing for organic gardening. Then I just go through several different topics here: potatoes, and garlic, and rattlesnake beans, turmeric, seeds of survival. That's a good video you should watch. And then I go in here. Also, microgreens are in here, and so are videos on tools. Look at that, guys. Essential garden tools for grid down. Know your hose. Every gardener needs to know his hose. There's a microgreens. And I've done some more microgreens videos that aren't here yet. And we got some on aquaponics. I played my first ever video for this channel. Probably about my second one. Alrighty, guys. So we'll stop this share. Bang. Hello. It's getting late here. It's almost 2 in the morning here. It's 3 where Judy's at. Wild lettuce is good. Check out my video on wild lettuce. I talk about 3 types of wild lettuce and 5 ways to use them. And it's just got a couple, I don't know, maybe 2,000 views at most. There's another channel that did a video on wild lettuce. He named one type of wild lettuce. He misidentified it. He talked about one way to use it, and that video got like 1 or 2 million views. It's like, really? You know, 1 or 2 million views? You only talk about one wireless on one way to use it, and you was wrong on the type. So, okay, but he gets 1 million, 10 million views. Okay, everybody said YouTube is fair. But hey, I think you can find a lot more stuff in that video. Foxglove flowers lower blood pressure. Ooh, be careful, foxglove. Foxglove can do you in too. So send me a recepto matter man. Microgreens. Moringa trees. Everybody's talking about moringa. I guess I got to try that when I get to Arizona. All right, guys, let's do prayer request. Let's do our prayer request. Oh, yeah, we'll do that now. Then we'll do we might end with a beard light if y'all want to do that. I still got to turn on my trailer, microgreens. Lily of the Valley raises blood pressure. Well, if you got low blood pressure, it might be good. Lily of the Valley. Derringer cold, then honey and lemon tea. Agent Orange, I don't know. Paratrooper, yeah, I'd mention my dad was a paratrooper too. No Agent Orange. You still in the house, New Days Always? I'm gonna do some videos of her, bunch of them on the old series on medicinals. I bet she's called tonight. I don't see her in here. Last few. Hello, wake up. Can you hear me? Where is she at? They also carry black African soap from Ghana. Oh, Judy, that sounds interesting. Root beer float, nummy, says Granny Lana. Hey, I put coffee in my ice cream and make it float. Black coffee ice cream float. I like that. Moringa. Ah, there she is. She's still in the house. Wake you up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning her time. She stays up crazy hours. Both foxglove and lily of the valley can be poisonous. Yeah. So pray. My pinched nerve ends my left arm. Okay, we got to pray for Willie Fix-It's pinched nerve. We're gonna do some prayers for you guys. See the prayer request. Garlic for 2 weeks deworming. Oh yeah, shoot! I raised garlic. I got lots of garlic, guys. That's one of my top things. Garlic and turmeric. How many hours of light do microgreens get? 16 is more than sufficient. 16 is good. But you don't even have to put them on lights in about 3 days before you harvest them. Most time they're going in a dark tray. And I stay blessed and stay safe, says Joe Friday. Good to see you here, Joe Friday. Joe Friday, Adam 12. Dragnet. Remember that tune? That was a Dragnet tune. Greg, do you eat mesquite or Palo Verde? No, I haven't done that because they don't grow around here. But when I get out in Arizona, I'll have to try some mesquite. Cambium's good. I don't know Palo Verde. It's not one of our local trees. I'm going to learn a lot out in Arizona real fast. And yes, I love garlic. Pumpkin seeds to rework too, Dr. Worm. So we're going to be doing some videos. Hey, I might do some videos with you too, Judy. But I'm definitely going to be doing some with New Days. We've been talking about just a series of videos. And, Judy, you might make some too. But other people want to come on here and do some videos. So we're going to do more and more of that kind of stuff, guys. Denny Church needs a prayer. He got cancer tumor removed, but it's still not well. Okay, Sparky's run. We'll play for Denny Church. Everybody remember that, Denny Church. Pray for Willie Fix-It and his nerve. We're going to pray for Black Walnut. There you go. We're going to pray for Granny Lana and her granddaughter, Kaylee. Remember, we're adding a few new names here tonight. We always pray for our friend with Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, Randy Bly. Hey, another super chat. Thank you, D. D. Derringer. Or Deeringer. That's not Derringer. So thank you, especially great. Thank you, D. Appreciate it. So that's three super chats we got now. That helps. It really does, guys. Plus, I'm tired. Oh, yeah, we're about to go. We're about to go. We've been here late. Dragnet was one of the first shows I ever saw on TV in 1957. We got our first TV. Wow. All right, Colorado Jen. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Pray for all us as well. It fixed. There you go. Pray for the good news from oncologist. That's a good one. So we got to pray for. We added 2 new people to our prayer list tonight. One of them is North Shore Preparedness. He's got a real bad leg, guys. He needs some help, and he might need a little financial support too. You can go to his channel. He's been struggling, and we need to pray for who was it? Another. Who was it? One more. So North Shore Preparedness. I said it earlier when we started the video. Help me out, guys. We started this video tonight. I mentioned 2 people that we need to add to our prayer list. One is North Shore Preparedness. The other is who is it? Come to me later. Probably after we get the video done. One person we need to add to our prayer list. Who was it? North Shore. Oh yeah, Chewy Weather. Chewy Weather, guys. Chewy Weather's got some health issues. He's having a tough time. And he's always bringing me weather updates. Chewy Weather, guys. He's been a real regular on this channel. It's probably too late for him. He's suffering, guys. He needs some help, guys. So let's pray for Chewy Weather. Y'all in cancer likes acidic. Alkaline keeps cancer away. Okay. I hope that's true. I know insects are like that. They like acidic. Why keep them out of your worm beds is to keep it more neutral. My friend JT needs healing from his knee. Okay, D. Derringer, we'll do that. We'll pray for him. Your friend JT. I'm very sorry to read Atlanta. Oh, what you say? Young NGO says our Russian friend here. Today nothing went right. Uh-oh, Granny. Adderman talking to Brandy. Wolfbane. Red rice and yeast cures liver in 3 weeks. Really? Red rice and yeast. Wildlife prepper, mesquite beans, good to eat. The ones with the red stripes are sweet. Palo Verde, need to check. Believe you can eat beans, but need to check. Okay. Well, Jesse, you can do a little research on that before I get out there. Maybe you'll show me around. I can weigh 4 Elon Musk phone. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, you can't wait for it. Yeah, he's supposed to have an Elon Musk phone. I met Elon Musk and talked to him 2 times. Now he's the richest man on earth. He was just a funny looking guy who was trying to build a rocket when I first met him. They want to cut on him. He'd be knocked out all day. Oh, that's not good. Hey, we'll do a prayer session. But before we end, I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos probably. I did mine. Doctor saved my life. Wow. Oh, blood pressure will be raised to blood salts. I want him to try wild lettuce. Okay. You mean to put them in charcoal and get that mesquite flavor on your meat. Oh. Yeah, I like mesquite wood, definitely, for barbecuing. Well, actually, juniper is the main thing growing on my property in Arizona. Juniper, lots of juniper. A little different. It makes a berry. People make gin with juniper berries. Not somebody really likes gin, guys. I can't even hardly drink alcohol, just a little bit. Potassium and sodium. Glad you made it, man. Amen to that. Wildlife prepper says, thanks, Jesse. And yes, I know you can eat mesquite beans and Palo Verde, but I was wondering about the cambium, the wood. If you see my video about the winter wild edibles, I'm showing you how to eat the cambium layer in pine. And it's actually pretty tasty, guys. And it's quite edible. Wild lettuce puts pain to rest. There you go. Sure does. All right, guys, let's go into our prayer session. Since we've already started down that road, I might share a couple of videos for y'all. Or just maybe my pole plane just to show you a couple of videos. I like hickory. There you go. Is potassium one of the ingredients? I don't know, but you need some potassium, maybe not too much. I don't know about that. Those 3 ingredients they use. Don't know. Guys, let's go in our prayer session. Pray for world peace too. Amen. Potassium is good for you. Bananas are a great source. Yeah. My liver was failing because I was allergic to my fluids in my womb while pregnant. Wow. Potassium chloride. Indians are what? Most Indians use natural medicines. Oh, yeah, they had to. Scratch says, doesn't do something to the human electrical system. Yeah, potassium's good for that. It's like an electrolyte. The electrolytes. Scratch, I love nanners. There you go. I need to make me a nanner sandwich here. We'll see. Y'all, who in here has never ate a banana sandwich? There's a question. Who has never ate a banana sandwich? I want to see that. Who's never ate a banana sandwich? Y'all be answering. I'm going to hunt a couple of videos. Yep, everybody prayed for Kaylee. Bananas are nature's happy pill. Yeah. Eclampsia. Yeah, eclampsia is rough. My last wife had that when our daughter was being born. That was rough. Me, you never ate a banana sandwich, D. Derringer. I'm gonna have to do a video on how to eat a banana sandwich. I did one on a tomato sandwich. Yeah, it was pretty popular. You all remember my tomato sandwich video? Because you guys up north just don't know about those kind of sandwiches. Gosh, I just got through eating some pineapple. I had some pineapple sandwiches. Fried banana. Well, I don't normally fry them, but yeah, that's got peanut butter and mayo. That's part of it. No, banana sandwich. Only peanut butter and banana. Not front of banana. Oh, not fond of bananas. Okay. I've had bananas on crackers, but not on bread. Oh, okay, Colorado Jam. Not on bread. All right, let's see what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to go somewhere. I want to pull up a couple of websites. One of them have to go back in my notes here to find it. I'll find it here. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking for something specific. Oh yeah, I was supposed to read a poem tonight. Forgot about that. Hey, you still with us, Gorgeous Awesome? If you are, share your Etsy room. Guys, Gorgeous Awesome's gave me some beautiful stuff. They have been gorgeous and awesome. Oh, not that one. They gave me the worm. And they gave me this Lemurian laser worm wand, and where is it? Dropped it on the floor a minute ago, so I spritzed it with some alcohol. This is my quartz crystal 2-in-1, and they do great intricate work in here. Y'all still here? We're just awesome. Yeah, we might skip on reading the poem tonight. It's already 2 in the morning. I still got to go up to the back of Green Trailer. I was going to show y'all a couple of videos. We'll do the poem next Wednesday. Where's it at? Which one is this? Damn. This video, let's see what it is. In a second, I'm loading some videos, guys. And where's the sound? Lady Dagger status. How you doing, Lady Dagger status? Good to see you back. All right. Nice on for hot flashes. Oh, Greg. Let's see. GA makes some really nice things. Everybody, tell us where you're from. Everybody, run through and tell us where you're from. Banana, peanut butter, banana, mayo. That's it. Tell us where you're from, everybody. City, state. Greg, do you think this rollout of 5G is going to affect person's health? No, I don't think so. Not worried about it. Guys. Still hunting something else here. Search this, Google search. All right, I'm about to do a share. I showed y'all one video, which is the oldest video of me on YouTube. I'm gonna show you one of the other next to oldest ones. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Share this one. I'm gonna show you the C-SPAN video real quick. I may play it later, show it more. Hang on. Where's my controller at? All right, share screen. Oh, shoot. Now, I hope I don't lose this when I blow it up. Hope you are seeing that whole screen, because last time I did this in PowerPoint, it didn't come through. So let's see here. I hope my other video would catch up to this. Don't know. I'm trying to watch on the other screen to see if it enlarge it, if it takes it right. Hold on a minute. You shall see. Okay, there we go. That's me, 93. This is Glenn Reynolds. He ran the biggest blog on the internet called Instant Pundit. That's astronaut Charlie Walker behind me. And the lady who became second person at NASA later is off my other shoulder there. Miss, oh shoot, what's her name? Yeah, I think come up with a minute. Lori Garver.
This is something that might surprise you. Actually, headquarters of the NSS is here in Huntsville. How many people do that?
The NSS National Space Society, but I was talking about the National Speleological Society. I just messing with people.
The National Speleological Society is up on Bradley Mike. And they have a cake. How many members there are? Those are. Does anybody have any members on the NSS? Right? You are. All right. There you go. They explore space too. I'll be back. So that's one kind of explanation we're not getting into, but they actually have a cave underneath their facility, with their headquarters building. This is true. So there is limited access. There is, I'm talking about the open people here to cave under this building. So I was thinking about telling y'all not to be stomping too hard, but I was trying to scare y'all of you off, but I'm going to wait till this thing is over to tell you about it. Now where you sit off. To the hole. Well, the funny thing about that, there
was about make it cave in.
Definitely is a cave also in the courthouse, which is a big building. And
that's not Charlie Walker, and that's Lori Garver.
They were testing the 75 F1 rocket engines here. Those things made so much racket and vibrations that there was some concern about people in the community about maybe losing their courthouse or some structural damage to some buildings due to cave-ins and things like that. But fortunately, we didn't have a problem with that. But to give you an idea of what it was like, I was a kid growing up in a rural community close to Albertville and Boaz, Alabama. I'm interested in some of you here have heard of Boaz. Well, I don't know how that happened. But anyway, you were I was born in Gettysburg, but anyway. Oh, geez. The funny thing there is that being 70 miles away from Huntsville, I could hear those engines when they fired. That was impressive. I remember as a kid walking out and just listening. You hear this low rumble, and I knew the rocket engines that were sending men to the moon were firing, and it was great. I loved it. And you know, when I was a kid, you know, we had these visions of moon bases and stuff like that. You know, so when I was a kid, I'm only a little older than Glenn up here on the table. So he's going to beat you up in this stuff. He's bringing me back to watching, especially when I'm standing in the back. I don't usually pick on the
Ask Glenn Reynolds. He started the blog Insta Fun It. Y'all look really elderly there. I was 33-year-old. Anyway, that's what I like when I was 33 years old. This is Bliss. What's his name? David Bliss, I believe. He set this YouTube channel up. If you look for his most popular videos, let's see, we'll sort them by popularity. Most popular. There's Elon Musk right there. I mean, it must be a question, man. This is Ning Lee, who did experiments on gravity modification. She was actually a member of my chapter and superconductors. There's your Delta Clipper rocket. And here I am talking about the Project Halo when I got an award for that back in 1997 after we did our Space Launch 1 launch. For him back in 1993, that's the opening. This is actually the oldest video of me out there on the internet.
Find the perfect song for your video in 5 seconds. Go to artlist.io.
Huntsville. Some of you may be surprised, this was such a small town that flew in here. That's really the case. This is really the biggest hotel here in Huntsville. I'm Greg Allison, chairman of the 1993 National State Development Conference. I welcome you all here to Huntsville, Alabama. Looks like we have a lot of people here. A lot of you came here to.
And let's talk. I'm actually talking about military stuff at the space conference here. I'm not going to play it all. Here I am on C-SPAN. You go C-SPAN, you can see me on here. They played this several times on C-SPAN for like 2 or 3 years. I was kind of surprised. Wow, since when does C-SPAN start putting commercials on our channel here? Holy smokes. So several years later, several years and a few pounds later. Hello, I'm Greg Allison. I'm Executive Vice President of the National Space Society and Chairman of the Policy Committee, and also a space entrepreneur. My credentials are, along with Tim Pickens here, started a company called Heart some years ago. And we went after the CATS prize. We did some SBR work, Small Business Innovative Research Grant work, and quite a few other little things. And Tim's moved on, as we'll announce in a minute. But that's what we have here before us, ladies and gentlemen, are the pioneers who's here to bring you lower cost access to space and innovations in space transportation, entire systems and subsystems. These are the pioneers that are here to present to you now. So I'll start with the one I know best, Tim Pickens. Many of you are members of NSS. I've been members of NSS chapters. Tim has started a very successful company that had its roots and origins, in fact, in the local chapter in Huntsville, HAL 5. With our HALO project, he convinced me to put a hybrid rocket in our balloon launch rocket system, and we made it to the Guinness Book of World Records with that. We started that Heart company, and Tim moved and worked for Burt Rutan later, Spaceship One out in the desert. Burt Rutan was sitting right in front of us. And now he's come back to Huntsville and started a company called Orion Propulsion. He's had contracts with Gary Hudson, among others. He does a lot of commercial work, test stands, subsystems, all kind of things that pertain to rocket motors and rocket tests. All right, enough of that. Might show that again when Gospel Girl's back in the room. All right, we're getting a little late here. It's 2:30 in the morning here, 3:30 for Judy if she's still in the house. It's getting late. I see we're dropping a few people here. Stop the share. Hello. How's everybody doing? All right, do you want a beer light tonight or not? Y'all tell me. So let's see. I'm gonna read some chat here. Jesse Mills, have a great night. So Jesse's going to bed. Jesse, we got to catch up and chat some. I'll tell the doctors my are more dangerous than my lung gas. Uh-oh. And if I empathize you on that. All right, Judy Scratch, keep a primetime mist on standby. I use concentrator 24 hours a day. Mask is very hard to breathe in, says Colorado. All right, Granny. Always, okay, she's in the room, very good. Colorado Jan, oh, you want to see the beard light, that's it. Keep learning, this is my fave hobby. Yeah, learning is the best thing to do. My dad always said, a day you learn something's a day not wasted. All right, we got to turn off a few lights to make this work. My universe is falling down. About to drop the universe. Multiverse. Let's go throw the universe around. Ah! Juggling the universe. You know, at some level, at some point, out in space and time. The entirety of the universe is an artifact, just like this. The greater creator, you can just grab it. Only the greater creator is more awesome than you can imagine. All right. I'm okay either way, Rocket Man. Just stay safe. Turn out some lights here. All right. I guess we won't play the Christmassy song, the wiggle worm song. Yeah. Here, Granny. It's almost been an hour since I turned this over. If I can turn that light back on, it's getting to be aggravating to turn back on. All righty, guys. You know, you got to stop and smell roses. You got to have a little sense of humor. We're here talking about doomsday and all kind of stuff all the time. But you know what? You got to enjoy life too. And sometimes you just got to stop and have a laugh. And this entertains some of y'all pretty well. So here we go. Now, this light's getting kind of dim and ain't got the brightness it needs. Oh no, there we go. Strobe light. There we go, guys. Ho, ho, ho. Green Greg's. Greg, let's do a vid on coffee plant. Okay. You want to do a vid together with me, Brandy? You really up on the coffee plant? You want to do a vid on it? All right. Ho, ho, ho. Green Greg's. There we go. Who else can do that? And this light's getting kind of, this light, I don't have, it won't charge back up from here like it's supposed to. So it's only charging through the solar cells. And it don't charge as good as my other one. So there you go. But I got that light for Patriot instead of, I think now my Patriot supply carries them. They didn't carry them at the time. Oh, we got it turned back on. Good. I'm going to leave it on. All right, put my Starship to bed. Check some of this stuff. All right, we're about to go here. We're about to call it a night. Tea, I'm wired. Caffeine, you know. All right, no worms yet. I got worms, but I'm not selling them yet. I did a video on that. I don't think I posted up on that thing, but I did a video explaining that I got to get my worms bred back up. I got to get them back up to par, guys. So, Dow Homestead, do you have something for his lungs? Okay. Yeah, I've got worms. Just I need to get all my beds full. I'm still building beds for some again. It's gonna take more time. Here, scratch. Welcome. Greg has worms. Y'all know it. All righty, mulling for the lungs. There you go. All righty, folks. I'm in like I often do. Just remember, guys. One, I'll add this. There's more of us than there are of them. Don't forget it. We get the strength. They can't do anything without us going along. Not in reality. Anything they get is for our consent. So do we consent to all this stuff? This is what we need to be thinking about. They got a lot of people bamboozled into some things. As you know, but it's time to start really waking people up. Some people are bamboozled. But, you know, we're talking about outside that. We're talking big stuff, you know, where our world's going, where society's going. Be set a that's not so great. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay, I can't type tonight. Uh-oh, Penny. So just remember that, like I said, there's more of us than there are of them. They can't have anything without our consent. Always remember, there's good people in every country of every race, religion, color, creed. And sometimes to understand them, you got to see their worldview. You see things the way they see them. Look at the world through their rose-colored glasses. And finally, as love dispels hate, excuse me, as light dispels darkness, love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light to the world. I tell you that all the time. That's what you need to do. And finally, I want to thank all the super chats. Thank you so much. We had some good super chatters tonight. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that. It helps a lot. And I want to thank all you mods. You've been busy tonight. And I want to thank all of you for coming here tonight. I thank all of you for coming here and watching. We've had over 100 people there for a while tonight. We've gone really long. It's really late. We still got 72 in the room. Man, you guys are hardcore. I appreciate that. You're with it. Greg, doesn't diamantation start to get rid of worms, parasites? They say it does. That's what I hear. But it doesn't hurt earthworms in their bed, apparently. Scratch, I just wanted something that works. They won't even let me have oxygen. Oh, it's a Scratch. LOL, they can give it to a mate for a bad back, but somebody with 2 wrecked lungs. Wow, that's weird. That's weird. Weird. Pierce Fennel says we got 8:30 at UK. Oh, you're UK also. Very good. Got 2 people in the UK now, at least. Chilly weather snowing across most of northwest Oregon. Time to head to the greenhouse. Yeah, you better heat it up. My greenhouse is warm tonight, but come Sunday night, I got to heat mine up. Like that song, Rose-Colored Glasses. Healing thoughts and prayers are on your way, Scratch. There you go. We all need to pray for Scratch. Let's add him to the prayer list. And pray for more people as you go to bed tonight. Just remember that. We're a family. We pray for family. I believe in the power of prayer. That I believe in. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Greg. Well, thank you, Brandy. I want to thank all of you for being here. All of you for all you've done. For all y'all have contributed. For being part of the family. And y'all cheer me up. That's why I don't mind doing some goofy little things like the beer light. Y'all cheer me up. So, if I can cheer you up, good. That's probably getting to be a little bit old, though. Maybe while I'm losing tons of subscribers. John Conley, there you go. Rose-colored glasses. Garlic will deworm us every 6 months. Oh, I eat enough. I shouldn't have any worms. I love my garlic.